Man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time is come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. Would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket.
Well, good morning, here we are again. It's a relentless schedule, it grinds on and on and on, but this morning we have got a game that does have some jeopardy in it, just a bit, not a lot, but a bit. I'll tell you for why. South Africa almost certainly will win this group. Zimbabwe will almost certainly finish last, but of course Zimbabwe are playing for some pride, and they can have some pride, although the wheels have come off in their last two games in the Super 8s. However, I'm reliably informed, and I've fact-checked and validated this with none other than Mastermind Al Hotch and Messi Jez, who are alongside me, well, virtually at least. Should South Africa win, and you'd say that's pretty likely, though they have mixed their team up a bit, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. England would play the winner of this afternoon's game, which really is a death or glory special. That's obviously going to be here on Guerrilla Cricket as well. Should South Africa lose in what would be a bit of a turn-up, and West Indies win by a lot, but I don't quite know how much, England would have to play South Africa. Either one's going to be difficult, whichever way you look at it, let's be honest. So, the toss news you will want to know is that Zimbabwe have decided to bat, which makes me think it's worth reminding you all to get onto the GPL this morning. We've had some fantastic support for this World T20, and we're thrilled that you've all found us and enjoying being with us. We're delighted to have you with us. But you've been underperforming on GPL entries, I've got to tell you. So I'm having a serious word in a very parental way. Do please consider getting onto the GPL, guerrillacricket.com/competition. You've just got
Has the bear bothered to open it?
He says he has.
All right.
However, he may have got distracted between saying it and then wandering away from the phone. So, as far as I know, it's open. GorillaCricket.com/competition. You've just got to guess the number of runs that are likely to be scored. You've got the first... How much are 15? 45 minutes. You've got the first 45 minutes. There's probably about 50 quid in the pot. Messers will tell me. And you stand to win it all. And the more you can have as many guesses as you like for £1 per estimate. It's a game of skill. It's not a gambling game. Let me make that super clear. Right, Zimbabwe have won the toss, as I said. The team news is quite interesting, actually. I'm going to start with South Africa because they have rather chosen chaps to mix things up a little bit. They
haven't mixed it up. They've decided that today is a squad game, and as such, their third choice lineup of seam attack, especially, is taking the day off.
There's a few, like Rayan Ahmed for England. There's a few in the South African lineup are thanks for coming all this way. You'd better have a game category. Aidan Markram, Quinton de Kock, Ryan Rickleton. That's all familiar enough for sure. Dewell Brevis, that's familiar enough. David Miller, that's familiar enough. Tristan Stubbs, so is he. Then it gets a bit more interesting. You've got George Linder, Corbin Bosch, as before, Anrik Norkia, Kwena Mapaka, and Lungi and Gidi. So I think for one, there is no Rabada, is there?
There's
Janssen,
no Rabada, no Janssen,
Maharaj,
and no Maharaj.
And no Jason Smith, although no one would mention that in quite the same breath, probably. Right, Zimbabwe, Brian Bennett, Tadish, Tadewanshi Marumani, Dion Myers, Sikandar Raza, the captain, Ryan Burl, Tony Mionga, Clive Mandard, Van Dande, Brad Evans, Wellington Masakadze, Graham Creamer is back in, Blessing Musrabani is there as ever. Apparently, Tashinga Muzakiwa has an ankle injury. Now, is that a genuine ankle injury, or is that look, mate, you've dropped 3 catches, you made 7 runs in total in this part of the competition. Thanks for coming. It's time you had a blow, or is it a genuine ankle injury?
It could be an ankle injury. They don't say how it was caused.
No, exactly. So the captain kicked him in the ankle.
Somebody accidentally collided with a cricket bat coming towards his ankle at speed.
You've watched the film Escape to Victory, haven't you, Tony?
Many times.
Yeah, you know the injury that the original goalie suffered.
I don't remember that bit.
To let Sylvester Stallone. They broke his arm between two slats in the bed.
Oh, they did. That's right. Right. Well, we're soon going to be into the action. We can jingle up the batsman. Have we got the estimable Brian B opening? Yes, we do.
The unoutable.
The unoutable, bro. Well, he has been outed now.
His name's Brian Bennett, motherfucker. Sometimes plays tests, but not often. His name's still Brian Bennett, motherfucker.
It is Brian Bennett. You're absolutely right, and he has for a while. He was very, very hard indeed to get out. I've just opened my notes on South Africa, so that's not very helpful. Is our other opening batsman Mr. Manramani?
Feels like it.
It feels like it. Well, here he is.
He's made football out of fame. Manramani's his name. I'm something you can't pronounce.
Ooh.
Oh, and we're opening. We are opening with a bit of spin in the shape of George Linder. First game, I think, of the tournament for him. Might be the second. I'll check in a second. He was going to come around the wicket to Brian Bennett, and it turned out to all be something of a false alarm.
So previously it's been Markram bowling the first over of spin, isn't it? In the power play, Markram's been bowling it. So
he has.
So maybe he's just giving Markram some time off with his arm, or maybe there's a bit more spin here. It is a used pitch, by the way, that we're playing on today.
Is it? That could be interesting. Well, opening with spin is generally interesting, I think. Anyway, around the wicket comes Linder. It's going to go down leg. It did turn. It's been tickled round the corner. And Marumani's going to start off with a boundary. Just meat and drink. Hardly laid any bat on it. It was just a nudge to help it on in the right direction, and away it went. And already I'm into action with one of these.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
Not the best.
Given the lack of effort from everybody involved, you would term. Is it all downhill there?
Generally in life, or are you just talking?
No, it's just like it looked like it just picked
The
up
Winter
pace
Olympics are over, Al. Onto the back foot goes Marimani, tickles it into the leg side. There is no run. Now, George Linder, here's the thing about George Linder. Did you know, as he was club pro at Ramsbottom Cricket Club in 2019, where a lot of South Africans have been pros apparently, including Peter Malan, who used to played briefly for Middlesex. However, he'd previously played for, now wait for this list, Grimsby Town, not the Mariners. He wasn't there at Blundell Park. Oh, that's an attempted one-handed sweep for Marimani, which would have looked fabulous had he actually got the bat on it. Or I think he might have got some bottom edge. Didn't work. So he played for Grimsby Town, Lytham, Middleton, Darwin, Biddleston, and then Ramsbottom.
He didn't go one-handed late.
Oh, it's an arm.
He went one-handed very, very early there.
Yeah, he did, and the ball kind of ran up his arm, didn't it? In comes Linder again. He's picked that up, has Marimani. There is a man, I won't say racing, I'm inclined to say ambling. Is that Stubbsy, who's out there on the deep back of square boundary? They'll come back for 2. Score moves on to Silver. Watching that shot again.
It was incredible.
It was a very deliberate move. He's playing a reverse sweep, is Marimani, for that shot, and then he quite deliberately, the ball is still, the bat is still on its back lift as he turns it into a one-handed shot. The ball runs up his arm and clonks him on the grill. He steps back to this, works it to leg, takes a single, moves on to 7, which is also the number of runs off this George Linder over. We keep seeing fabulous pictures of the Red Fort, because we are, of course, in Delhi at the famous collapsing car park, aka Arun Jaitley Stadium. The Red Fort used to be white back in the day.
It looks more sort of grubby now.
Grubby as in genuinely grubby, not grubby as in it's got a face a bit like Paul Howarth. No. 7 without loss for Zimbabwe. Round the wicket comes Linder. There is a slip for this. He's picked that up. He's chipped it really quite easily over backward square, and he's finished with a maximum. And George Linder, let's just kindly say, a bit of a loosening over, because it's gone for 13 without loss is the score after 1 over. Let me just jingle up your first 6 of the day, and then we can see who's with it.
And then we can go with our first super chat of the day.
Oh my word!
With Mog setting an excellent example, sending us $20, and just saying, let's get this done early. I'm all in favour of that. He also said, why isn't Al dancing?
Oh, sorry.
Super chat.
Sorry, give me that one again.
He says, why isn't Al dancing to this theme song? Leah says hi all. Tim Wilton Davis says hi all. Extra Fluffer says evening. Dan De Castro says West Indies by 42 versus India. If South Africa lose by 1, then against England. That makes sense. I'm good at maths, that's pretty close, says Dan De Castro. Big changes, swap 3 bowlers, and yet still no Jason Smith, says Mog. But we've got our own Jason coming, so that's all that really matters.
Well, he's in. Our Jason is here. Jason,
the buses are running.
Yeah, apparently he's managed to quite. I'll tell you in a minute. Bowling towards the collapsing car park anyway is Mpaka, and that's just steered to mid off, and there is no run.
Yeah, the short boundaries do appear to be the ones square of the wicket, slightly longer up down the ground, but that went 72 metres and went like 15 rows back. So not the biggest boundaries either side, square of the wicket here. So look for that to be taken advantage of in both innings.
It may not surprise you, as we'll wait for Mpaka is in. He spears it down leg, taken on the dive by Quinton de Kock umpire Kumar Dharmasena. Very recognisable figure, former Sri Lanka off spinner. Says it's a wide, and he would be right. It will not surprise you to know that given the team changes, squad rotation, as Al quite rightly calls it, there might be 1 or 2 jingles we don't have and I can tell you, Kwedo Mapaka is one of them. I mean, there will be one, and I'm sorry, given Mog's just been so generous, I feel ashamed to tell him, but if I can, I'll have a look. Oh, he's bowled him! He's absolutely straight through Maramani, who played a pretty loose-looking shot to leg, really, but that one was simply just too quick for him. It didn't get up particularly high. It is absolutely flattened his stump, and he has gone. Let's have a look. Does this do much, Al?
Apart from it being too quick for him?
No, it's his leg stump, and it was, as
It
Al says,
hit the top of his pad, didn't it, before hitting the leg?
might have brushed it. To be honest, I'm not sure
yeah.
it changed the direction of the ball. It was a brush rather than a hit. But Derewanshi Maramani, he's gone for 7, I'm afraid, and they're going to need Brian Bennett at his sticky Bennettiest best, I suspect, are Zimbabwe. They've lost their first wicket for 14.
You silly little boy, what on earth were you playing at?
I don't think it deserves one of our more pleasant dismissal jingles, which are both excellent. Where do you stand on the more pleasant jingles? Do you think if you're out, you're out? Al, I heard it was your idea that we needed them. Someone blamed you. Maybe it wasn't.
So, I can only take credit for Mog's latest Harry Brook jingle.
And loads of credit you should take after he made 100 and something. You're not using his brain.
Well, if you know, sometimes less thinking is better. Shall we put it that way? It was a fantastic innings, but I don't think they've given the bowler enough credit there.
Packer, he's absolutely beaten the new man, who is Dion Myers, neck and crop, and probably just bounced too much. But it was pure pace and bounce that got him. The one they bowled Packer was too low, but that, good lord, was considerably too low. It nipped back at him as well. Here's Dion, who is still there.
Amongst the Zimbabwe has.
Comes from Backer, that's wide. It's if he'd have left it, I think it would have been wide. But he plays it, does Dion, and all he can do is steer it out to cover, and there is no run. I will give you some intelligence if you're thinking of the GPL, and you should be. Get on board. The overall average first innings score on this ground in T20 internationals, only 13 of them, would you believe? 5 or 6 of which have been in this World T20. It's 167 anyway. This World Cup, it's been a bit lower. It's been 159. That beats the outside edge of a bit of a wild swing through to Quentin Dickock. This World Cup's been 159. India top scored with 209. The UAE got the lowest score with 122. Team batting second has won 4 out of 5 times this World Cup for sure. And if you look at last season's IPL, it was about 203 was the average first innings score in 7 IPL games. So that gives you a bit of a fair spread. Remember though, it's an aggressive South Africa bowling to a slightly vulnerable Zimbabwe, but that didn't look vulnerable at all. It was slightly over-pitched by Mpaka, and Dion Myers just steered it down the ground quite beautifully for his first boundary.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a beautiful shot.
Tim Milton-Davies continues his never-ending crusade to educate gorillas a little. He says, on this day 13 years ago, Pope Benedict XVI became the first pope to resign from office since Gregory XII in 1415, and the first without external pressure since Celestine V in 1294. So now you know. Windy Fanatic says this feels like such a waste of time. We don't have to be here, but you're here for us, I know.
Change bowling. Lungi Ngidi is coming over the wicket to the right-handed Bennett. Drives straight to mid-off. Carry on, Messers. And Al has returned.
Banana Brooks says, does this mean my line is over? Yes, it is. Niprai Jack Powell says, hi, good people. Windy Fanatic says, let's hope for cement entertainment, at least when growing up in Suffolk, England, why people use the phrase Gordon Bennett.
Gordon Bennett was a racing driver, if I'm right. Al is the man who knows literally everything about everything. Wasn't Gordon Bennett a racing driver in the sort of the 20s? That has been absolutely smashed by Brian Bennett. He launched it away. It didn't clear the boundary though, so there's a couple of bounces over deep mid-wicket, but it is comprehensively one of these.
4 on the floor, and one more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
What a gorgeous shot, Al.
So, like from the, it looks like the ball's coming onto the bat fairly well. Doesn't look like there's going to be any deviation off the pitch. Players can just swing through the line of the ball. So it looks like the quicker you bowl it, the faster it might go to the boundary.
Well, yes, as has been the story, I think, of this World T20. That's driven well, but driven straight to mid off. Just leapt on Bennett a little bit more than he was expecting, and I don't think he quite got the as much on it as he wanted. Wasn't he asked the other day in a press interview, in the post-match interviews, by somebody, I think a journalist from Pakistan, who didn't realise who he was? He was actually asked, why didn't you and your other fielders help Bennett get to his century? To which he had to reply, I am Bennett. I am Bennett. The destroyer of worlds. Second top scorer in this competition, I think. And he has been in superb form. And Zimbabwe have needed him to be, and he's got them to the Super 8s. But after that, the wheels have rather come off for them. That was a thought about a single. Bennett just jabbed it really down to backward point. Dion Myers thought, we're in the game here, come on. And Brian said, you, no chance, as you were, son. And there was no run. Yeah, let's have a look at Brian's scores so far. Oman 48 not out, Australia 64 not out, Sri Lanka 63 not out, West Indies 5, India 97 not out. So he's only been out once. What does that make his average?
250.
Oh, Lord above. That's cut by the man with an average of 250, but there's a man at T-backward point in Stubbsy. And they'll come back for 2, so 6 off this Lungi and Gidi over so far.
According to Google, Gordon Bennett, as an exclamation of surprise, astonishment, frustration, or exasperation, derives from the scandalous, extravagant life of James Gordon Bennett Jr., a wealthy New York newspaper publisher.
Oh,
yes, I have heard
this. Yeah.
Late 19th, early 20th century.
There you go.
I'm not convinced. I'm not. I was misinformed by my parents. My dad was
never happened.
My dad was absolutely convinced he was a racing driver. Right, that was pushed into the onside. There was no run. It's the end of the third. I don't know why that's making messages.
More than one thing can be true.
24 for 1.
It is true.
This is true.
Mog says, apologies to Al for stealing his if I only had a brain idea for a Brooks jingle. And then he says, no, never fuck a jingle. I want my fucking super chat back.
Yeah. Do you know what? In case he comes back on, I'm going to see if I can find George Linder. If you can keep reading any other messages.
Just to give some credit back to your parents, Tony.
Yes.
There was an auto racing cup called the Gordon Bennett Cup that was held from 1900 to 1905, but that was created by the aforementioned Gordon Bennett Jr.
Right. Oh, well, there we are. Mpaka in to so there is the motor racing connection, and thank you. Into Dion Myers, he rather bottom edged it into the ground, back to the bowler, and there was no run.
He's quick, this boy, isn't he?
He is quick.
I quite like the idea that they might turn around to him and go, ears back, full pace, 4 overs, don't worry about anything else.
In he comes, I think, from the stadium end, and that keeps slow. It's a slower ball, clever. Slanted across the right-handed Myers, taken on the bounce, so it's a clever piece of bowling. He's got that in his armoury too. I wonder, I've got George Linder, there we go. Let's see, let's pull him into there. And next time he appears, I'll at least have him for you, Mog. 24 for 1. It's looking a pretty decent crowd, isn't it, in Delhi, for a game that doesn't necessarily mean a lot. That's gone straight up in the air. 3 fielders are converging. Wouldn't you just know it? It has somehow dropped between all 3 of them. There was a third man, a backward point, and I think a slip, and they all were running towards each other. Whose call was that, Al? Because I think it was definitely a case of after you, Claude, wasn't it? And we've lost Al again. So I'll ask you, Messrs.
Yeah, well, it was very much after you, Claude. Although Claude is now a somewhat tainted name, given the fact that it's an AI bot as well.
Oh, is it? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, Ask Claude is actually quite a good AI bot.
Mapaka, he is quick, and he's beaten Brian Bennett. He's been pretty unbeatable in this tournament. But that one genuinely just nipped away from him, and he had a little fence at it, went through to the gimlet-eyed de Kock. And there was no run. Slippery left armers, they're never easy, are they?
Well, there's so many ways of taking that question. I'll avoid any double entendre.
Okay, and Packer, that's got hold of. Has it got enough? Yes, it has. It's cleared the infield. We are, of course, in the power play. You're only allowed 2 players out the infield, so it's over both on the leg side, out to mid-wicket. Not going to go the full distance. It's been pulled back by, I can't quite see who that is, but it's 2 more runs and takes the Zimbabwe score on to 27 for 1. So they're motoring reasonably well. 27 for 1, and then Mapaka has 1 ball left of what is his second over and the 4th over of this innings. Still the slip in place for him. Onto the back foot goes Brian Bennett, dabs to backward point. They take a quick single. He's kept himself the strike. That's probably not a bad thing given the form that he's been in. 4 overs complete. Messers.
So Tim Wilton Davis has very kindly spent some time copying and pasting various views in relation to Gordon Bennett from, I presume, Wikipedia or some other Google source. Mog says Bennett reminds me of someone in that helmet, and it might be Kane Williamson. Nibari Jagpal says, thanks, Messi, you're a star. I'm not sure quite why. Maybe for raising the Gordon Bennett question. And Google knows everything, says Tim Wilton Davies. Yes. Well, it's good of you to take the time and to share it with us, Tim, so we appreciate that. I should add, by the way, that Australia and India women are playing an ODI in Hobart at the moment. India are 7 for 145, chasing 410 to win, so I think that's pretty well over.
410?
Yeah.
Change of bowling. It's Anrik Nortje. He has a slip too, and he's quick, and he has forced Brian Bennett onto the back foot to defend in front of his off stump. We all know his jingle. It goes something like this. Because I didn't quite have time to look for it, but I will do if I get a moment.
If you super chat, Tony will sing your favourite jingle.
That's double jeopardy.
Yeah. If you super chat enough, he'll promise not to. Nortje in. Onto the back foot goes Bennett. Fielded by Tristan Stubbs, who's in a lot shorter now. And there was no run. So good start for Anrik Nortje.
Do you think Bennett might have done enough to get himself a look from an IPL team or two?
You would really quite like to think so, wouldn't you?
You know what I mean?
Like, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, he also got 56 in the warm-ups against Oman, okay, but he started off even in the warm-up stage of this tournament in good order. He's facing Nortje now. He's driven a little bit uppish. He's driven straight to mid-off, and Al has cursed him, I tell you, because it's straight down the throat of mid-off. Was it David Miller? I think it may have been. We'll let you know in a moment. It never looked there to drive. All he could do was cloth it, really. And I'm afraid the man who never gets out, courtesy of a bit of help from Al, is out.
Al is accepting the plaudits of the crowd, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's well done, Henrik Norkia. Gets a little run out in the team, gets his jingle sung to him personally, and it was Aidan Markram, the captain, who actually took the catch. The invincible Bennett has to go, Gordon or otherwise. We're halfway through the fifth over. It's 28-4-2. The invincible Bennett has. That would be a lovely name for Al Bennett, wouldn't it? Bennett the Invincible.
If there's anyone wants to super chat in, if there's a football team you want me to curse with a bet later on, you know, I can do that. For the good of the Premiership, should I bet on Arsenal today?
Oh well, yeah, you know, we can all. It can happen to the best of us, as they say. I'm playing a jingle, but there's literally no sound coming out. The first of the Bears, I'm not here, so I've planted you some gremlins, has taken place, I suspect.
Is that what we're going with? Is that the official line?
Well, I'm going to try again. Oh, there you go.
Hey.
And in a moment we'll jiggle up the new man.
The official line is you blame whoever was here last. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, interesting enough, they are one and the same.
That was low, wasn't it, Tone?
That did keep a little bit low. And Sikandar Raza, the captain of Zimbabwe, was the man who had to really. Let's have a look. No, well, he played it down onto his thigh. I mean, it would have just clipped the top of off stump, I think. And he was jumping up, but he was jumping up to a ball he thought was going to go higher than it did. I'll certainly grant you that. Net result is there's no run. We'll jingle up Sikandar Raza back after this ball. There is still the slip for Norkia. That's a good ball, good length, wide of off stump. It was the corridor, the famous corridor of uncertainty. Although Sikandar Raza seemed pretty certain that he was going to leave it, and he duly did. Right, here he is.
You might just recognize this guy from the runs he made away. And you might recognize this guy from the runs he makes at home. Sikandar Raza.
So I'm hearing definitely Paranoid, but I'm not quite sure if there's all original work on top of Paranoid there, or if it's a mashup. That's a quick single taken to push to mid on. 5 overs complete. That's the end of our little spell. Crikey, that came and went. 29-4-2. Messes a few quick messages.
Okay, Tim Wilton Davis says, in my experience, slippery left armers are very easy. Bernardo Brooks says Australia innings he made 100.
Ask yourself, can he even deliver? And does he know how?
And
what the fuck?
Yeah, take Tony. His finger was twitching a bit too much there as he tried to get out of the chair. Anyway, I'll be joined by Arnav and Mark. Welcome, Mark.
Hello.
Hiya, Mark.
Hello.
First time I think I've been on with you as Bosch is in. And the first ball is squirted off the outside edge, past the first man at third man, down to the man on the boundary at third man. And they take 2. It's Zimbabwe 31 for 2 with Bennett already gone, which is probably going to limit their total somewhat.
Yes, that was disappointing that he got out so early.
He tried to smash it. That's gone for 4 in fact. The fielder on the boundary has touched the sponge at the same time as having the ball. Oh no.
No, what's going on there?
Something going on. Anyway, next ball is short and lifted by Raza magnificently and imperiously into the stand at square leg. It's a big one of these. It's not been a good start. Bosch has been boshed. This is not like Corbin Bosch at all. Though to be fair, he doesn't normally bowl in the power play. He normally bowls after the power play. but that's been dispatched. That's more like Corbin Bosch. No, hits the decks, rising just outside off stump, and there's no room to play any cut shots or pulls. All Raza can do is just bunt it straight back down the pitch to the bowler. That's a better reply. Yep, okay, that is a 4. We're just seeing the replay. Parker's still got his foot on the sponge when he picks the ball up. So correctly signalled by the third umpire. Bosch and tucks up Raza again, but he manages to work that down to Anric Nautica, who's right on the 30-yard circle at mid-on, and scampers through for a quick single. Were you watching yesterday's game, Mark?
No, it's midnight or 12:30 or something in the morning.
Ah, okay.
So my time. So yeah, so I've been watching. To be honest, I haven't actually watched many games, partly because Australia was terrible, but also the timing being in my school term and everything. Yeah.
That's worked down off his hips by Dion Myers, straight to the man on the boundary.
It was New Zealand versus England. I watched a bit of that. When was that?
I'd given up on that. I thought England had managed to lose that.
Oh,
and then a cameo, a very influential cameo by Rayan Ahmed, won England the game in concert with England finisher Will Jacks, where they put on 44 in 2 and a bit overs and quickly turned it round. Bosch, that's a lovely drive. He beats the man at extra cover. Class all over there from Raza.
Nice.
Off the back foot, angled the bat, on the up. Beautiful shot for 4 runs.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary.
That's the end of the power play.
Let's have a look at the social. So we have this interested hand job saying, Bennett reminds me of someone in that helmet, and it might be Kane Williamson. That's a good shout. I think the beard and that aesthetic looks.
It's a designer stubble more than anything else, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good.
And
good
a slightly thin face.
We got some updates on what's happening in the Australia women's game against India. Alyssa Healy, 158. Beth Mooney, 100 not out. Those are great scores.
That's going to be a thumping. It's going to be a thumping.
That's what I've been watching today.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
It was vintage Healy deciding. She only got out because I think she was cramping up and got bored. But it was a vintage Healy innings, and Mooney was a bit scratchy, but then absolutely came home with it.
They've got so many game winners there.
Have they already sealed the series? Is it 2-0 already?
Yeah. When I was last watching, they were 5 for 118 India. So it was Sutherland got one or two, and then Alana King had already got one. So there was a run out involved. It's just So it was.
You're not missing any play, by the way. We're having the first drinks break at the end of the power play.
Yep.
So that was the women's game. It was. I think it'll be basically India can't win the whole series because Australia's won 4 out of 6 games. Yeah. But the Test match will be interesting.
Yeah.
Where's that been played, Mark? Is that in Australia?
No, it's in India.
Yeah, so the two, so they played in Hobart today, and then the Test is in Perth.
Okay.
Nice.
At the old Wacker.
Is it a regular test or the ping ball test?
No, it's a pink ball.
Oh.
At the new whiz bang Wacker with the water park in it, or the water slides.
Does it still have a lack of cover, which is the main problem that Messages used to complain about? It was a concrete bowl with no cover.
Yes, it's still a bit like that, except there's a water slide now.
Right.
I think they've put a bit more cover on it, but not a lot. No.
Right. Well, Linda is going to return the first over after the power play to bowl his left arm twirlers.
A bit of highlights from the last game.
No, the new ground in Perth is also a concrete bowl with no cover on half of it. But anyway.
Yeah. Yes, we're looking at the last match between South Africa and Sri Lanka in the last tournament, I think, there.
Or was it 2024? Yeah, the last World Cup.
Linda, this is going to be left arm round. Straightened slightly, but it's hit very nicely by Myers off the back foot into the cover on the boundary. Just a single.
The first time I've seen Linda, he's not been massively impressive so far, but
he's got a very functional delivery with a little bit of a delay, sort of halfway through. That one's the arm ball that comes on. It's punched into the leg side by Myers.
His run-up is a bit like Ashley Giles, isn't it?
No, Ashley Giles is a bit more bustling and wheelie bin.
Yeah,
but
I guess.
Linda's a lot more classical.
Maybe just the approach from across the stumps.
There's plenty of people who've had this very tall, high action like Linda.
A
bit like Phil Edmonds, in fact, I think.
Or even Ashton Agar. A little bit like that too.
Ashton Agar.
Ball is punched to point. The fielder, who I didn't quite get to see, could have been Stubbs, took a little rap on the finger stopping that as we look at the broken down car park at the Aaron Jaitley Stadium.
The best description I've ever heard of that stadium.
Linda. Short and smashed, and the fielder's got to make a long way to get that, but does, and restricts them for 2. Raza moves to 19 off 10 balls. He's got off to a bit of a flyer here.
At least the stadium looks good this way with the World Cup artwork on it. Not in the IPL, that's usually covered with tobacco companies, so it's much better this way.
Again, that is the arm ball that's just punched down the ground off the back foot by Myers. Yes, the neutral ground advertising requirements do tend to clean up a lot of the major sins, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
Right, that's the end of that over, I do believe. Nope, one more to come. And beaten very slightly by Linda there. Myers kind of gets half a ball onto his pad, squirts out into the offside. That's the end of the over. Zimbabwe 51 for 2 after 7.
So we have Messi saying the new Waka, way more cover now, $150 million spent. Well spent, I guess. Banana Brooks says the Zimbabwe kit shirt collar occasionally looks like a gypsy necktie, a la David Essex. Who's that?
Yeah, he's a English actor stroke musician in the 1970s.
All right.
That'll be the day. Stardust.
Was he known for his flashy dressing or something?
He's known he dressed sharp, but then everyone in the 70s dressed quite sharp.
That's true.
The disco era and a bit of glam as well. Norkia is going to continue. He's 1 for 1 off his first over. Bustles in, winds up, and that's a lovely shot. He's threaded the needle there, Raza, between extra cover and the wide mid off. That's all on the floor for one of these.
So Nordke basically went right into his trap there. That was not good bowling.
Yeah, he bowled it onto the bat. Raza was moving, making a little bit of room for himself, and Nokia followed him rather than bowling it wide, which might have been a better option.
Yep.
With this very military run-up. Next ball, that's short, so that's been seen and smashed by Raza. That was telegraphed, really, that the delivery, and
The net result is a very flat one of these.
Smack it in the air, beyond the boundary. Smack it in the air. Smaximum.
Right, well, he's definitely winning the mind games, Raza, at the moment. Yeah. He's in Norkia's head.
You'd think Nokia would have a bit more know-how about this ground, having played for the Delhi Capitals.
Yes, maybe we can see why they're not playing him as much with the South African team. He's bowling like this.
Well, faster it comes, the faster it goes, I think, is the moment. That's the off-pace ball. It's a better choice. Sclaffed a little bit by Raza into the leg side. Brevis fields, but he can't stop the single. 62 for 2, Zimbabwe.
I'm glad we got that update of the Wacker. I haven't seen it since this new rebuild, but I've heard a lot about it. The water park is what I like. I'd be using the water slide during the game myself. That's what I'd be up for.
You'd love the West Indies then, where they've got paddle pools or whatever it is on the
absolutely want to do that one day. Yep.
Stand the leg side. That's going to be a wide. Yep. Ill-directed by Nokia. He expected Raza to make room to give himself space to hit on the offside, and preempted that by bowling it down the leg side, and Raza just stood where he was and let it go.
Some great speeds there by Nokia in the previous over.
Well, he's fresh. He's fresh. He's not really played. So he's got energy to burn probably in this spell today. The same as Mpaka.
Just needs to get the line and length accurate then.
Yeah. That's a better ball. That's angling at the bottom of middle stump. Driven by Myers, but he can't beat the man at extra cover. And there is no run.
Yes, he's bowling fast, and that's his thing. But it's been for a couple. It's been misdirected.
It's the length, I think, more than anything else.
Yep.
He needs to get that rising length where they jars the bat, and at the moment it's a bit too full, I think. Searching for whatever movement there may be out there. That's shorter, and that's smashed by Myers.
Well fielded.
Great piece of fielding by, is that Stubbs on the boundary?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And stops 2 runs there with a tumbling dive and quick recovery and throw. Myers moving on to 10 off 13. He's not really teed off yet. He's struggled to get the ball past the ring in the infield.
Probably not feeling the pressure as much with Raza on striking at 200 on the other end.
Yep. Last ball of this 8th over. A good length by Nokia, but just chopped into the offside by Myers, who pinches the strike. Sorry, Raza, who pinches the strike. And that is the end of the 8th over, 66 for 2.
We got Messi saying, "I was never accused of dressing sharp, Jason." I think in regards to our previous discussion. And
were you the lumberjack mode then, with the check shirt and the jeans?
A previous message from Kyriakos saying, "I was looking away and thought someone had an epileptic attack when I heard all those jingles." Was this before the change, maybe?
This was at the change when Tony hit the jingle machine.
DJ Tony.
Yeah, Tech Tony failed. To be fair, he's got everything up and running before I got here this morning, so he's not that technically challenged.
Let's see how
Linda
goes inside.
Oh, that's a good reply by Linda. He saw Myers advancing and fired it in at his feet, and all he could do was drag it away, dribbling to the offside off his back pat.
Myers looks like such a test batter with those glasses, doesn't he? Too much of a gentleman to play T20 cricket.
Well, if you're going to wear glasses, the best place to do it is behind a lid. And that's gone high in the air. Is there anybody underneath it? I think there will be. Yep, Brevis has taken that comfortably, and Myers has given his wicket away. Outthought in this over by Linda.
That was inevitable. If he couldn't hit Linda away, then he's really had to do something, because that's just poor batting from him.
So
Myers.
He's gone for 11 off 13, 14.
16 it was.
16.
You silly little boy, what on earth were you playing at? Oh!
Right, are we going to see Ryan Bill now? I do wonder. I think it must be about time. The man who used to play for my friend's team in Hampshire.
There he is.
In their Premier or Division 1. We'll jiggle him up in a second. There he is.
I wish that I knew Ryan Bell. I wish that I knew Ryan Bell. How can I learn to bowl like that without Ryan Bell?
The left-handed burly Ryan Burl.
How many puns can we get in while he's there? I hope he's there for a while so we can make as many Burl puns, or he's giving it a Burl.
Sadly, based on his performances in this World Cup so far, I wouldn't say he would be there for that long. He's had
No, that's what I'm wondering.
a fairly few low scores.
Yep. We need to get them in then.
A lot of Burl wind innings.
Very
That's
good.
Terrible. Well done.
Tony would have been proud of that.
I'm learning from the best around me, all you guys.
Linda, still round the wicket to the left-handed Burl. That's wide. Slapped down the ground by Burl. Off the mark straight away with a walked single to long off.
Definitely ready to give it a Burl. That guy just, swing the bat. He's number 5 and he's swinging the bat like that. Wow.
I think he's more
I
in
don't
the
think
bludgeon rather than the panache mode.
Do you think he needed to get down on his knee for that when he could have? I think he judged the length wrong.
Probably not. That's off the pad. Missed a chance to clip it into the leg side. Raza. And there is no run as the keeper, who is Quincy de Kock, is out quickly to restrict the runs. Linda, who after a poor first over has come back nicely. He's now 1 for 20 off 2.4. And that ball is quicker and almost beats Raza for pace, but he chops it just in front of off stump, out to the point on the boundary, takes the obligatory single, and Zimbabwe is 68 for 3.
Nice control of this over. Getting the right area. That's his job.
Well, we're looking at all the fielding and the milestones that the South African side can get in the innings today.
Ryan Bell's had a pretty good career. There you go.
Right.
Pretty good.
Last ball of this ninth over. And good ball on the stumps, turning and straightening, and worked into the offside, into the leg side from the left-handed Burl. But that stubs it off the boundary quickly to restrict the second run. That's the end of the over, 69 for 3.
Extra Fluffer has some opinions on our puns. He says terrible. Then we have
they're no good.
Camilo saying
that's why it's good.
Yeah, terrible in a good way, I guess. Yeah.
That's right, exactly. Yeah.
Camilo says, is burlissimo a reasonable pun? 100%. We'll take it.
No, it's like
burlesque.
what?
I want a burlesque.
Burlesque as well, yeah.
Why are dad jokes funny? Because they're bad. Generally.
They're so bad they're good.
Oh, the captain's decided he's going to have a go himself here.
Excellent. I love a bit of aid.
He's going to bowl his flat fizzy off spin round the wicket to Burl. And that is chopped away off middle stump by Burl.
Nice work.
Takes
I want to see one of those reverse one-handed shots that for the
that was amazing.
Was using early.
Marijuana.
I wanted more of that. That's yeah. Well, I'll see more of that.
Unfortunately, our Indian guys weren't quite in the building at that point, and they missed it. But that was something to see as he then gets a top edge into his face.
Yes.
Round the wicket to the right-hander, and that is straight off the boot, basically, of Raza.
There's no way they are appealing LBW for that. That was clearly outside leg.
I thought that was outside leg.
Oh no, I love a really bad review.
Quinton de Kock shrugging his shoulders as if to say, go ahead, take a review. Please. Oh my God.
I think that's
one
a
of
poor
those
review.
brain fade moments, isn't it? Like,
I think it's from Quinton Cox's point. He thinks that's
Oh
going to
my
hit leg
goodness
stump, but
me.
from our point of view, and
Wow.
the camera's point of view, I think that's pitching outside leg before it gets even to hit the pad.
I just want to see
This time
the
we-
smiles on their faces when
Oh
they
my
realize, oh my
goodness.
days.
Yeah, that's.
See, there you
wow,
go.
it's
There's the
actually-
smiles.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is this the worst review in the tournament so far? That's what? Wow.
Mother
Maybe we're
Gopal's
all wrong,
confused
but
in the.
even a pitch outside leg. What's going on there? What?
Oh, that's
Wow.
6 to 9 inches
Wow.
outside leg stump.
That's
Pitching outside,
extraordinary.
impact outside. I don't even think
That
it's
makes Tim
hitting the
Payne
stumps.
look like a good reviewer. Oh my goodness.
I think as the umpire, you'd be perfectly entitled to go around and say, "I told you so."
I like how you brought Tim Payne into this.
Oh no, he's not talking. Oh, no, we know. Yeah.
And that is a fantastic little slog lifted sweep by Raza, who got underneath that, and that went all the way for one of these two fine leg.
Yep, he's not disappointing with his filth, Markham. Well done. Burned a review and now going whacked for 6. Go more of that, please. That's
Yeah,
entertaining.
stick to captaincy, mate.
There we go.
And
again.
is that one anywhere near anybody? Oh, that's just short of the fielder who fluffs the fluffs the stop on the half volley, and it dribbles away to the boundary. Is that Mafaka?
Mafaka, yeah.
Yeah.
Entertainment-wise, it's definitely delivered. Thank you, Aidan Markham. It's over.
So that's one of these.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
I mean, fair play to Makapa. He's gone for the catch, but he's got himself in the worst possible
enough.
position to field it.
Oh, it looks, yeah.
As the next ball is driven to extra cover by Raza. There is no run. Zimbabwe 80 for 3 and 1 ball left in my stint. We'll have a change at the end of this over. Tony will be returning, I believe. Yorker, good Yorker by Markram. And dug out
That
by
was an
Raza.
over.
And that is
What
the
an over.
end of the over. With a bit of everything in it.
A lot of fun. Oh, more of that. I'm off too, I think. I'll be back for later. Hopefully some more fun. No more marketing
Thanks,
nonsense.
Mark.
That's a shame. All right, thanks. Thanks, Bessie.
That
Thanks
was a
about the whacker
memorable
information.
review.
Oh, that was fabulous.
If there'd
was
been a
fabulous.
second set of stumps, it probably still wouldn't have been out. I like a really, really bad review. Or, as Tim Wilton Davis says, Jesus wept. Or Extra Fluffer says, fuck's sake. I think both of those are perfectly reasonable comments in the circumstances.
Absolutely.
Because it was... I mean... I don't know why he wanted to do it. Maybe he just wanted to get rid of the reviews so they didn't have to deal with them from now on. But it was really quite funny.
80 for 3, Ngidi into the attack. 10 overs completed, and they're going to come back for 2 because that's just pushed away effectively by Ryan Burrell.
Hey Messi, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, good man. Just very low on sleep, but
Good
otherwise.
That's the lot of a student. It is
Yeah,
Sunday. I expect you were hungover this morning.
Yeah, but I went into sports journalism to hope I get some sleep in the night.
What the hell? Don't you think that was
If you weren't out on the Raz, what were you doing? That's what I want to know. Round the wicket comes Lungi Ngidi. That's quite full.
Should be plumb.
Huge LBW
Yep,
shot.
there it
That
is.
looked absolutely plumb, Ishan, didn't it?
I hope they don't take
Yeah.
a review for this, much like South Africa did. Maybe they could, just to give them a review back.
Well, that I don't think they'll be even reviewing that. I can't. Well, they're talking about it. They are going to review.
Oh, they did review that. Oh.
It wasn't the quickest ball. It seemed a fairly sort of gentle in-swinger to me, but it absolutely clonked him smack in front as far as I could see. Certainly as far as Ishan could see.
Does look like maybe he thought it was going outside off because of the fact that it was slow coming from the around as well.
Yeah, let's have a good look here. A tiny hint of back could be the only thing that would save him.
No,
I don't think so.
There are too many reviews available. They don't value them enough. That's my view.
Well, I don't
should
mind.
be only one per innings.
I don't mind if they get on with them reasonably quickly.
Yeah.
Well, this is the angle that will tell us everything. It pitches in line.
Oh?
The impact is in line.
Ah, yeah, there it
The
is.
wickets are being hit halfway up the leg stump.
Middle and leg. Yeah.
And you've got to say that was a daft review. Why bother? Ryan Burl is off and gone. For 5.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
So 80 off 10, 82 for 4 off the first couple of balls, the 11th over, 45 for 2 is where they were after the power play, 82 for 4 now. South Africa, you would say, on top?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember Arnav and I were talking about this when we came. The fact that Zimbabwe even chose to bat first was kind of a way to maybe like, the fact that the game might get over a lot quicker than we thought, but then the fact that they still survived till now.
Well, I think the
good for them.
decision to bat first on a, where predominantly batting second, 4 out of 5 games have been won by the team chasing in this World Cup at Delhi.
Don't really blame them though after the last 2 innings of them bowling.
510 they conceded against West Indies and India, although as we all know, some of those could possibly have been avoided after poor old Tishenga Musawewa missed him.
It's very unfair. Very unfair on Zimbabwe that after winning their group, they come up against the other 3 group
Gideon beats a bit of a wild Manyonga swing. And it goes through to Quentin de Kock. That was a loose shot. No sense of having a look first, Isha.
Well, I mean, he's probably just going to take some time to settle down, maybe. He has a lot of time. It's just 10 overs done.
South Africa have never lost at Delhi. They have played here 3 times. The last of those was in this World Cup against the UAE. I'll give you my prediction for this game, chaps. South Africa are going to win by 5 wickets. And
Go on, tell them why.
I'll tell you my logic after this ball. It's not that scientific. Wide. Oh, that's gone right up in the air. It sort of stopped on Manyonga. I think he was thinking to drive. Then he sort of just dead batted the ball. It just popped up in the air, but fell safely somehow between
a bit
cover
slow.
and extra.
117 kph as well. Maybe that just caught him off guard a little bit.
Well, you could see him roll his fingers across it in that replay, but that's the that was the LBW anyway. Right, I was going to give you my logic. So it's 2016, chasing against Sri Lanka in the World T20 in India that year. They won by 8 wickets. They beat India in a bilateral series in Delhi in 2022 by 7 wickets. And they beat the UAE in this World T20 by 6 wickets. They're chasing today against Zimbabwe. That would suggest 5 wickets is a logical choice. That's very full.
Perfect
Attempted
reason.
Yorker, nudged down to mid-on, and a single taken by Sikandar Raza. And Manyonga back on strike, who has looked, well, I wouldn't say he's looked all at sea, but he's scarcely looked comfortable in his deliveries so far.
I think
a
he
wild swing outside of off,
should know what to
up
do.
in the air one.
Should know what to do because even he knows he has to take his time to settle down in this innings rather than just come out and start hitting from the get-go.
Bowling from the stadium end is Lumki Ngidi towards the famed collapsing car park. Oh, and he took the pace off that, and it completely foxes Manyonga, who is just fishing outside of his off stump without much of a clue what he's up to. It's the end of that the second over for Ngidi. 1 for 10 for him, 84 for 4 after 11. Zimbabwe, the run rate 7.6, so they can build on that, but they have lost those 4 wickets. Messers.
Well, Camilo Kacha says, thoughts about the Super 8s as a concept. Why not just knockouts? I kind of agree with you. I think quarterfinals, then semi-finals, then finals are more exciting. But they just wanted to screw more games out of it, didn't they?
Yeah, I would say my counter to that was especially as we have Zimbabwe into the Super 8s. And I can only speak for our audience. I don't know what the skies, the BBCs have been getting. But that's pushed nicely into the onside. off the bowling of Corbin Bosch. By Raza, he gets a single, and he'll bring our friend Tony back onto strike. Our audiences have been really good. You seem to have been finding us, enjoying listening to us, and the interesting thing is dead rubberness in the state of the game or not has not been a factor into whether you come and join us and have a listen. So for that reason alone, I think it's not been a bad thing.
It's not the cricket that draws them, it's you, Tony.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's me at all.
Well.
However, Corbin Bosch, that's quick and into the off stump, and Munyonga just drops the bat on it, pushes it towards mid-on, jogs a single. So 2 singles off the first 2 Bish Bash Bosch deliveries.
I think the fact that the Super 8 kind of gives a chance to the associate teams to kind of get higher in the table as well. Like, I don't think if there wasn't a Super 8, I don't think teams like Zimbabwe would make it this far.
No, that's not correct, because Zimbabwe won all 4 of their games in the qualifying. Well, sorry, they won 3 and no result in 1. So they were unbeaten. So they would have got through.
Spears it into the leg stump of Raza, who had stepped back. Muscles it down to long on and walks a single.
Any reasonable competition sets it so that 2 winners and 2 second place group place people are in the same group. In this one, they've got all 4 winners in the same group because of their ridiculous seeding system. And it's totally unfair in Zimbabwe to be up against 3 other group winners.
Yeah, but that seeding system was constructed entirely around
Pakistan and
India.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
It was has he given it? Has he bowled him?
Well, it's bowled him.
Oh,
it knocked his leg stump out
I
of
was
the
just
ground.
looking, did that hit the stumps? Or did that hit the pads? But he's been bowled all over the place. He hasn't looked comfortable from the moment he came in, Mungoya, and not surprisingly at all, Corbin Bosch has arrowed one into him. He's got through his defences. The 5th wicket is down. If you're in on the GPL, it's come and gone. Messi will tell us if anyone did it.
Shitty shit. This is really fucking bad.
No. Well, if you're Zimbabwean, that might be how you're feeling. It's 87 for 5. Munyonga, Tony Munyonga, my namesake, as in name Tony, not as in Munyonga, has to go. He was cleaned up by a ball that jagged into him from Corbin Bosch.
Probably have a different batter on. Who's going to come in now?
Should be Madande or Madandi.
Yep. Your pleas were unanswered. Nobody entered the GPL, Tony.
Oh, I said to Bear, I'm going to do my best to try and talk it up. And get
for the life of me, where the fuck is Zimbabwe?
At the top, they're right at the very top. Go to the top.
Oh.
Yes, it's all been set up for today. Clive, it's our mate Clive. Clive Mandande is the new man to the crease.
Do we have a jingle? Oh yeah, there we do.
Don't never say that.
Either night or day, Clive Mandande, motherfucker comes to play.
25-year-old wicketkeeper defended into the offside. He survives his first ball comfortably enough, and there is no run.
No one really supporting Sikandar Raza here. I feel like he's trying to salvage whatever he can from the innings, but then everyone's just coming in, trying to play the big shots and just faltering really badly.
Well, you do have a feeling, whilst Brian Bennett's there, there's hope. The second for Zimbabwe, there is no Brian Bennett, then things don't look as rosy at all, unfortunately. They brought the spinner in today in Graham Creamer, haven't they? He's a starter for Zimbabwe. Corbin Bosch in. That's nicely played by Madandi. Just waited for it, angled the bat, steered to deep point, and we'll get a single.
Keep the strike as well, the end of the over.
He'll nick the strike as well. 12 completed, 88 for 5 misses.
Banana Brooks agrees with me about Zimbabwe's grouping luck. And we'll miss their fans' endless optimistic dancing. Yeah, they were fantastic, weren't they? The energy they had. Well, Eugene January says, well, I'm certainly in because thanks to you guys, I have a live update. A poor guy from South Africa can barely afford Wi-Fi. To which Tim Wilton Davis says, make Wi-Fi free for all.
Yeah, please.
Well, I would tend to agree with that. But South Africa, of course, you also have the whole load balancing thing going on. which gives you sort of periods of non-coverage, which I'm sure must be just massively frustrating. Right, Mpaka in, and Andy squares him up, gets a sort of a rather fortunate outside edge down to deep third, and we'll get a single. Certainly not the shot he had in mind.
Yeah, it just kind of nicked it and went towards the backside. It's a bit hard.
Yeah, he got himself into a bit of a tangle, I think you can say, without a doubt.
Left arm seamers, you can never predict them. That's the problem. Especially, I mean, Sikandar Raza has good enough momentum here. I feel like he should.
Yeah, and he's certainly got runs as well. We'll tell you about that in a minute, as that one's waited for by the captain. Sikandar Raza steps back, but thumps it straight to extra cover, short extra cover. There's no run. He made 5 against Oman, made 25 not out, or 5 not out against Oman, 25 not out against Australia, 45 against Sri Lanka, 27 against the West Indies, and 31 against India. So even in those last 2 games where Zimbabwe took a pummeling, he put some decent-ish runs on the board for his country.
He's never.
That's turned. That was down leg. Sikandar Raza just angled his body, clipped it off his thigh, down to fine leg, and gets himself 4 runs.
It's me, Sanshi. I feel like reliability has never been a problem when it comes to Sikandar Raza, especially like even in the field. I remember as a 39-year-old kind of doing what he does in the field. It's a bit illegal, should we say? So never been a problem with him, reliability there.
Yeah. I mean, whatever happens, we'll wait for Mpaka. Swing and a miss, Sikandar Raza. In his mind, that was sailing high over the mid-wicket boundary. In reality, it kept a bit low. Was not the shot to attempt that to, and has smacked into the gloves of Quinton de Kock. They'd beaten Australia, remember. They'd beaten Sri Lanka. They had their game against Ireland abandoned. They beat Oman. It was only when they arrived in the more exalted company, perhaps, of the Super 8s. Mind you, I mean, they'd beaten Australia and Sri Lanka. That's two mighty scalps. But the wheels did come off in the latter stages for them. That's a clever ball by Mpaka, who gives a bit of a stare back to Sikandar Raza.
Would you still say the same for Sri Lanka after yesterday's performance against Pakistan?
Yeah, don't know. Yesterday's the interest. Well, I was elsewhere yesterday, so I was only half paying attention to what was going on in the cricket. But I think yesterday was all about the runs Sri Lanka needed to be out for.
Yeah, 147.
Yeah. And once they'd passed that, then the game had rather lost any jeopardy, hadn't it? That's turned nicely into the onside by Sikandar Raza, and it will get him his 50. Well batted indeed. Shall we find his little celebration? Well, you don't need to go right that. You're going way too far down.
Am I?
Yes. You should find milestones.
That's what it's called.
And pick any one of those.
Half a 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 century.
So very well batted, Sikandar Raza bat. Messers.
I was going to say there's very little coming through at the moment. I was going to say I think it's fair to say that Australia, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka all fall in the very disappointed, could do better category if you're doing the reports.
Well, I think definitely for Australia.
Probably the most eloquent way to put that as well.
Morg says, I was lining up a mighty profanity at the mention of missing jingles, but that crisis was narrowly avoided.
I'm sorry.
Well done.
No, well, Mog's already been wonderfully generous today, so I'll agree with almost anything he says. Anrik Nortje back into the attack. A massive swing and a miss by Sikandar Raza. And through it goes to Quinton de Kock.
What happened to de Kock there? Why did he just go down on his knees?
I don't know. We'll have a look. It was slightly short of a length. Oh! I think he just went down on his knees in exasperation, because on seeing the replay, you realise just how close that was to the top of the middle stump. And I think it was exasperation and disbelief that Sikandar Raza had somehow survived. That's a well bowled Anrik Nortje. That's full. Sikandar Raza steps back, steers it gorgeously away through extra cover, and has got himself 4 runs. perfect. Normally that's where you try and follow the batsman as a bowler if you can adjust your line quickly enough, because he certainly telegraphed his intent.
I think there was a
stepping back.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate for Notia there. I think he bowled a good length, but then Raza just opened up the bat perfectly to get it within that gap there. Yeah, such a small gap.
He did. It is quite a heavy offside field. That's up in the air. It's going to drop short of deep third. I think is that Lungi Ngidi who is down there. And they will just take a single. Certainly the fielder would have been interested for a while, but it just seemed to die. And it didn't seem like one of those you want to dive forward and risk losing your teeth.
Seeing good variation by Notia here. That went for 143 kph.
Well, I mean, he's
look at that.
Got phenomenal experience, does Anrik Norkia. Let's not forget that.
Love the handlebar mustache as well in the picture.
Yes. He's trimmed it slightly.
Mogsley from clarification says almost anything, Tony?
No, well, yeah, I have limits. That one is clipped away to backward square.
Good
they
to know.
take a single. What's Anrik Norkia? He's had an injury quite recently, hasn't he, Anrik Norkia? That's kept him out for a while. He's only played, I think, against UAE in this World T20, but he did take 2 for 28 in that. He missed the World Cup through injury, but that was back in 2023. IPL, he only played 2 for KKR, the Knight Riders, 1 for 23 and none for 60. He was injured, that's right. I'm pretty sure he was injured playing the Sunrisers. And whatever that injury was kept him out for a fair while. Back steps Raza again. Not to turn it into the offside this time. Sort of helps it on its way towards deep mid-wicket and jogs a single. So the 100 is up. It's 101 for 5 for Zimbabwe after 13. That run rate, though, dropping somewhat. They were going at about 7 in the power play. What are they going at now, Rishan?
It's 13, 15. Ooh, about maybe 6, 7?
Yeah, 7.3 is what they're currently going at.
Yeah. Tim Wilton Davis says Norchi's run out looks like Action Man.
Just realised it.
Well, given that Action Man only moves when you ask him to because he's a doll, I mean, presumably his action is whatever you want it to be. That steered into the offside towards point.
And you highlighted at the best point as well when he was just running for it. I couldn't see it.
But I kind of see what you mean. Right, it's the end of that over. It's 102 for 5 after 14 messes.
Bernardo Brooks adds to the pile-on for Norches as his face reminds me of a disgruntled hamster. My goodness, how much experience of disgruntled hamsters you have. I don't actually recall even seeing a hamster since I was a child, when I had a succession of hamsters that I thought kept coming back to life, but it turned out they were just kept dying and being replaced. But nobody told me that.
Why do they keep dying?
Well, hamsters just don't live for very long where they're kept in a cage. It's a fucking horrible thing to do.
No, I think they don't live long if they survive on beer and peanuts.
If you look after them well, beer and peanuts, no, probably not. They live for about 2 to 3 years, I think, hamsters.
What, their diet isn't beer and peanuts? Well, nobody told me that.
It's okay, it's always the next time.
I've never said. It's hard to tell facially whether they're gruntled or disgruntled, though. I've got to be honest, hamster-wise.
Well, Mog says you can't walk the streets around here for all the hamsters.
But are they happy hamsters, or are they somewhat fed-up hamsters?
I actually think that in Western Australia, I don't know about Victoria, I don't think you can get hamsters here. I think you're not allowed to have them as domestic pets. It's a very English thing.
Is it too hot?
No, it's just they're pests. And they're
pests. They're not pests. They're delightful.
Well, if they get out and breed, they are like mice.
I always used to take my hamsters out and let them run up and down the stairs. They love running up and down stairs. It's fabulous exercise for them, and they sort of clamber up with their little claws and they pull themselves up stair by stair
until someone treads on them when they're rushing downstairs.
Well, it hasn't happened to me, but I did have a friend who, you know what they say about to do one thing once and to do it twice is a misfortune, or whatever the word. 2 went up in the Hoover.
Oh,
one of them. I think certainly I know one of them survived.
Well, as Banana Brooks puts it, his hamster's role as a pet is to instruct youngsters on the fragility of life.
Oh,
there is something in that. There is something in that.
Yeah.
I
can see
kind
the
of
vision.
take that point.
A hamster's the
And
new
Clown
penguins.
Cockney says, "Hello, friendies. Snakes like hamsters."
Well,
do indeed.
yes, they probably do. They're about the right sort of size. Now, I won't hear a word said against the hamster. I'm a big hamster fan.
I think hamsters might be the new penguins for this channel.
Is the hamster motto the symbol of any particular football club?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
No.
There
Not
was a
West
band.
Hamsters.
There was a very good sort of heavy rock blues, stroke blues band called the Hamsters, who were pretty decent
I can't think of any at the
back in the
moment.
day.
I think West Ham would have been much better with hamsters rather than
West
hammers.
Hamster. Well,
West
yeah.
hamsters.
That is very true. I mean, my second team in life, because they're local to me and I go and see them quite frequently,
That must be depressing.
are known as the Beavers.
Oh, God.
The mighty
Yeah,
Hampton
well.
and Richmond. Okay, Lungi and Gidi over the wicket.
That's right.
Fished outside of off stump by Madandi. It was a good ball. It was the perfect line, wasn't it, Ishan? Oh, no, it's not. It's a wide.
Yeah, it's wide. I was wondering.
I thought he got away with it, but he hadn't.
Wide. I had the extras loaded up as well, and then you're just like, what's a good line? I'm like, was it? Did I see that wrong?
Just to make you aware, the official mascot of Hamilton Academical is Hammy the Hamster.
Is he?
That's fantastic news, Alan. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that. There you go. We have a hamster. Is he a happy hamster? Well, if he's supporting
Yeah.
Hamilton Academicals, probably not that often. Wide of off
brainy
stump
hamster, though.
and left alone. That one wasn't a wide, I don't think. Yes, had to think about it, but given us a dot ball.
Guys, can we make hamsters the new penguins on this channel, please?
No.
Don't wake
It
up
always
the
struck me
penguin.
as odd to have a football team called Academical. I mean, I can understand athletic, but to be a football team called Academics, a quiz team called Academics.
Their full name is Hamilton Academical Nil.
Yeah. I used to work with a
Nice.
lovely chap called Sandy Dunn. Sadly no longer with us. He was a massive fan of the Ackies. This one, and he was Scottish, and he was from Hamilton. That one is steered away down to deep backward point. They will take a single. Sikandar Raza cruising along nicely. Seems to be playing a different pitch and a different game to all of the other Zimbabwe batsmen. He's got himself into a nice groove. Although, that said, he has played one or two false shots, and the ball doesn't necessarily seem to be that easy to read.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cross-seam ball when he's going straight, but then he kind of flicks his wrist to make it turn a little bit, just a little bit when he's bowling slow.
In comes Ngidi from the collapsing car park end.
Should not be away.
No, I don't think that was a wide. Big smile from Ngidi.
Yeah.
He knows he's dicing with death on that line. Sometimes it's in and he's happy, sometimes it's not, and he's not so happy.
Mog has confirmed that hamsters are indeed banned in Australia, which may explain why the Ashes are in Australia and not in England.
What?
Well, when I say in, they were created in Australia. They're in England, but held by Australia.
Why do they suddenly?
And it's all to do with hamsters.
What, the Ashes have to live wherever hamsters can be?
Oh,
as that one's worked into the onside, and Gidi's going to have to go and run after it himself. Finally, someone else appears into the screen. Stubbs is backing up. They've taken two. South Africa's fielding has been pretty good this whole tournament. I mean, they are unbeaten and look ever so much the team to beat, but they don't seem to be overly bothered about conceding possibly one more than they should have done there on this occasion.
This match matters. It doesn't really matter that much, but then usually for a game to go well, especially in this situation where South Africa just need to make sure that they get it over the line to top the table. Fielding is where if it goes wrong, it can go horribly wrong. So these are the kind of ways they should stop the leakage of unnecessary runs.
Ngidi in to Sikandar Raza, who comes down to meet him, drives beautifully. What a shot that was. 2-3 steps down, right to the pitch of the ball. Slams it away all the way along the ground through extra cover for 4 runs.
That was a dubious point, made with hyperbolic conviction
That's stuck in
by
there somehow.
Yeah, that's clearly misfiled. Because
Yes.
Gary being hyperbolic is not what we needed.
Yeah,
on that
I'll
game.
explain the hamster thing. The reason that England can't win the Ashes is because they are too distracted by all the hamsters on the stairs, whereas Australia is able to focus on the cricket.
Yes,
That's what it comes down to.
So what distracted them this tournament there?
Could well be. Right, this is the last ball of
we
our
don't
little
care
spell,
about
by the way. 110 for
Don't care about
5.
white balls.
And Geedy's going to be bowling to Sikandar Raza, who just slapped away that shot.
Oh.
That one he hasn't hit properly. He's bottom edged it onto his toes, so it's a good comeback from Lungi and Geedy. 1 for 18 off 3. He's been generally very economical. Well done him. It's 110 for 5 off 15. We're going to have a little break. Jason is circling like the number 14 to Camberwick Green. Here he comes.
So is Arnav.
Thanks, everybody. This game, of course, the hors d'oeuvre, the hors duvet, the amuse-bouche to the big game later on this afternoon, UK time, India versus the West Indies. As there has been a successful extraction.
No, I can find it.
Right, Jay?
Yep. Use that one.
Zimbabwe are 110 for 5 with 5 overs remaining. Bosch will bowl this next over. It's been chipped down the ground by Badande. And he will get maybe 2 for that. Should get 2. Oh no, just a single. Maybe just wanting to try and bring Raza onto strike.
Well,
we all in?
I think so.
Wade in, wade in.
Yes. In great Tony style, Raza is weighing in with a huge score in this innings. He's been the major contributor.
Oh, he swung and missed at that one. I'm not entirely sure how that's missed the stumps. Raza tried to slog sweep 86 miles an hour, and he'd have to be in the form of his life to hit that. Oh my lord!
That's a coat of varnish, isn't it, away from leg stump?
That's so close.
I still think that's umpire's call about hitting.
It probably is umpire's call about hitting.
Yeah, probably is umpire's call on hitting.
It's at the 1% mark.
Yeah, not far away. Still, Nelson for 5. Bosch coming herring in again. Yorker length delivery. Hit away in front of square by Raza. He's manufactured great wrists. In front of square, no one moves. 4 runs.
That went like a tracer bullet.
I think that's the one you meant to play. Rather than a dubious point.
Well, indeed. And hopefully, Raza's another one that, you look at it and you go, the struggling IPL team should pick him up for the minimum.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Talking earlier in the green room about Bennett, and he'd be a very good Moneyball acquisition for somebody.
Feels like it. Another Yorker length delivery, just blocked, but it scrambles into the leg side, and there'll be a single taken. Raza now 67 off 40.
Didn't know much about that one, did he? He was looking around for where the ball went because he had no idea where it felt on the bat.
Got to say, bear in mind that 2 frontline pace bowlers and the frontline spinner were all replaced today to be 116 for 5 in the 16th over.
Quite impressive in terms of
they
the
are
depth.
They're a machine-like squad. An attempted, well, I was going to say lap. It's turned into a lap come paddle, and it's gone past short fine leg by Medande, and it's gone for 4. Thrust and counter thrust there. It was premeditated. Saw him, slower ball Yorker, waited on the shot, and in the end improvised really quite well.
That's very nicely done. I particularly like the delay, the wait whilst he's in position, because he'd gone so early and waiting for the ball to actually catch up with him.
Yeah. 10 off the over so far, 1 ball left. Again, an attempted ramp shot, reverse shot. In the end, makes no contact because he'd gone over his stumps. won't be called a wide. That's the end of the 16th. It's 120 for 5.
We've got a lot of chat about hamsters. Who started this?
Yes.
So Clown Cockney says Stuart Lee has a great rant about Top Gear and the hamster. Tim Wilton Davis adds to that saying Stuart Lee's story about Cameron is brill. Who's Stuart Lee?
Stuart Lee is a comedian,
okay.
as of Lee and Herring.
Okay.
And their fist of fun.
Yeah.
Just because when our hands or something hits it, it's going to make noise. Yeah. So just want to get it out.
So it's current run rate is 7.5, which would get them to 150 if they're able to keep going. And Packer is going to bowl his last over. He's been very useful coming around the wicket. Yorker length delivery.
Too quick.
Too good. Too quick, too straight for Raza to do anything with.
Not straight enough, because he didn't hit the stumps, but it was the perfect length for to. There's only one place that's going to go, and that's going to be squeezed down to third man.
You are harnessing your inner Raymond Illingworth with regards to that, Jason, I believe.
Well, I am guilty of being one of those bowlers who doesn't bowl at the stumps often enough. No. Particularly in this sort of format towards the end of the tournament.
Oh! Back of a length, pulled high and hard, and all the way for 6 by Raza.
Right, where are we going to have it?
Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6.
Yeah, let's talk about that 6. That was enormous.
Lovely timing on that one.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the boundary square of the wicket is short, but that would have been a 6 almost anywhere.
Yeah.
It's right to the back of the lower tier.
In again.
Ooh, top edge.
And that's gone high in the air, skewed towards the offside. And will that be taken? Yes, it will. And Raza's brilliant innings comes to an end for 73, and it's 126 for 6.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you're out.
That went a mile in the air.
Yep, off the slow ball, top edge. Yep. Well taken in the end, but I mean, somewhat worryingly close to the ground when he finally got both hands on it.
I think he was in two minds whether to catch the ball that way with the fingers pointing upwards or downwards.
Down.
I
think that's one that every fielder is very grateful goes to another fielder, I think.
Right, who've we got now?
Evans.
Brad Evans goes like this.
International heartthrob, Brad Evans. Hunky heartthrob, Brad Evans. He's got the bar.
Now, the distressing thing for Zimbabwe is that from their perspective, the wrong man is out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, 73 out of 126.
No disrespect to Madande, but 9 off 10 is not exactly cutting it.
Well, so it feels like 1.5 new batsmen are at the crease here. Madande's just getting started. Evans is coming in, and all that momentum at 7.5 and over seems to have potentially evaporated. But let's see what happens. Mpaka is coming in again. That's
a Jaffa. That really
from
is
around
a Jaffa.
Around the wicket. Just a little bit of nibble off the pitch. You don't want that first up, do you?
Not at 142 kph.
No, I mean that's borderline unfair. Yeah, there did seem a bit of relief on the fielder's face as his hand met ball there. Backer in again, another Yorker length delivery, too good for Evans. This is quite the over from the youngster.
This is very impressive.
2 for 21, and coming back from that 6 from the second ball, he's right on line. He's got the wicket. He's been too good for Evans so far. This is an entire squad that South Africa have got. a complete squad.
Let's not even talk about Wayne Parnell. It even you make the team. The
exactly.
Squad.
Ooh, what a slow ball.
Ooh.
That looked like middle stump to me. But he's not keeled over and...
Yeah. He's been hit bang in front, but not where you think. Not on the pads anyway. That's the end of a brilliant over, 126 for 6.
We've got Soulwater in the comments saying Sikandar Raza is of Pakistani origin and he's better than many players from Pakistan cricket team. Just like Owen Morgan. Yeah.
Well, Owen Morgan's from Pakistan?
No, Owen Morgan from Ireland. I mean, he's drawing parallels between them, and
it could be a very interesting game. The South Africa versus England game, anyhow. If, however, England managed to beat.
We're here at the Coral Fan Derby, and just listen to that
roar! Cannot make contact. And that's been 4 balls in a row now, where the ball's been too fast and too good for the Zimbabweans, and you can just feel just a bit of the life force coming away from the innings.
Tectoni has been at it again in terms of playing audio at the wrong moment. We've just been blasted by, I think, presumably our innings interval.
That one has been hit beautifully by Madande through extra cover, and that will go for one of these, Jason.
It will. It's a lovely one of these.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
That was a beautiful shot through extra cover.
They seem to be very good through extra cover. They've been threading the needle a few times today.
Yeah. Nyortia in again. And this one attempted to be hit towards mid-wicket. Will be fielded kind of in a mid-off-ish area, but they'll take a single, moving it on to 131 for 6.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pace-off ball from Norkia, and it was well adjusted by Madande, who just waited for it, just that tiny microsecond to chop down on it into the leg side.
Zimbabwean fans having a gala time in the crowd with their locals.
And
really good scenes.
Well, they should. I mean, they've done well in this tournament.
I've heard it rumoured that cricket's a game and you should enjoy games. Nortia with figures of 1 for 28 after 3.3 overs. Barrelling in and an attempt at a ramp shot, which might not be up to Evans's level of talent. And not gone bouncing through to the keeper. No run.
Probably not the right shot to play against a slow ball there. That was telegraphed, and Norkia is just taking the pace out of the ball and bowled a loopy delivery. If Norkia can do such a thing, given even his slow balls coming out at about 130 k's.
No, but it's you know when you feel like you're going, just be
still.
Simple. Be still. Hit ball. Because he hasn't hit it yet. He's hit that one. He's hit that through mid-wicket. Deep mid-wicket will restrict damage to a single, but kind of saw this with the Pakistan innings yesterday. It's like that amazing opening partnership, and then everyone's trying to don't improvise, just hit the ball.
It was like no, the first 16 overs 176 for naught, the last 4 overs 8 for 25, 30.
About that much, probably less runs than that,
and it nearly cost them in the end. It's a bouncer which I think is going to be too high.
No, I don't think so.
It's probably not going to be too high. That's the end of the 18th over. Nortia figures 1 for 29 off 4. He'll be happy enough with that. Zimbabwe are 132 for 6.
So we've got Shining Knight who says, "Good morning, gents.
Morning.
Let's pour one out for Bennett's average." That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Soulwater chiming in again about Imran Tahir as well played for South Africa, but he's also from Pakistani origin. And says Amla is also...
No, he's from actually from South
Amla is also of Pakistani origin, but I'm not sure if Amla is Pakistani born.
No, I thought he was born in...
South Africa.
Cape.
Ngidi in. And my picture is frozen.
Oh, but
I think
surely that's
out.
a no ball. I thought that was too high on the full. Yeah, and Brad Evans thinks the same. He's fairly sure that's going to be a no ball.
Yeah.
It'll be reviewed.
Can you tell
me what happened? Because my picture...
it was a very high full toss on the offside. He tried to pull it. It got top edge and carried to short fine leg. And they're now having a discussion about whether that's above his waist.
Well, no. What they'll do is they'll send it to the third umpire. Because they've got side-on cameras. It's very easy to review it.
And Kumar Dhanasena has been the diplomat here, I think. And, trying to calm down.
We don't know, so we're going to check. Try breathing in and out.
Here we
go.
Oh, it's miles
That's his chest level. It's hitting the logo, the Zimbabwe logo on his shirt.
So that will be at 12 centimetres, it's saying, which is the difference between your waist, apparently, and your heart. So that's going to be a no ball and a free hit.
Yeah.
And Ngidi, I'm assuming, will be warned.
He should be
warned. Not taken out of the attack.
But he should get one warning. Okay, and
maybe he went for the slow one and slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that's intentional, but it's just poorly executed.
Well, no one's been damaged through intent. You know, you can be damaged accidentally. It doesn't have to be intentional. So, free hit. Evans still on strike, of course. That is a full toss, slower ball. Looks like it's right at the marker.
Oh, and he's bottled out of the wide decision. I thought that might just be a wide.
I think it was just inside.
Was it more wide than the last ball of the Pakistan-Sri Lanka game?
Definitely not.
Oh, it's hit the blue line.
On the blue line. That one was outside.
It's on the blue line.
Yeah.
So he's not bottled it.
He's bowled it very well.
So that's the free hit over with. And that ball is outside the off stump and a swing and a miss at Evans.
This is kind of what we saw at the end of yesterday, which is Pakistan trying to overhit the ball for the last 4 overs.
Absolutely.
And failing to connect often enough or with enough power, should we say.
Or not at all as well.
Well, situational cricket would turn around and tell you, tap the ball, there's a single anywhere you want it inside the 30-metre circle. Get your colleague on strike.
Sure.
Was wide, it's been chipped away. Now, has that gone the distance?
Yes.
Yes, it has.
Damn! That six is on fire.
In that extra cover region again, gents, seems to be an area for the whole team.
Indeed it is.
I can see some of the
Do you
South
think it's
African
got something to do with the length of the boundary on that side?
Well, it just seems to be an area of profit for them all. Ngidi in this one on the stumps, sort of squirted away just behind square on the leg side, filtered by de Kock, kind of jammed between bat and pad there, and they'll take a single.
It's very full. It was almost a perfect Yorker, angled at the stumps rather than wide, and it did well to get his bat down on it in the end.
So just the 8 balls left of the innings. It's 140 for 6, which South Africa, I'm sure, will feel is within their capabilities. Another full pitched delivery outside the off stump. Madande can only mistime it into the deep, but they'll run a very well run two.
Excellent that was running. Good running, yeah.
I mean, Evans was on his skates immediately.
Yeah,
he was running to the danger end effectively.
And that's that's what you've got to be able at this stage. Sometimes you might have to sacrifice yourself in order to be able to get the right person on strike.
Well, we saw that yesterday in the penultimate ball of the first innings, where they ran two, and I can't remember who it was who turned and ran for three, and the guy said, "No, I want to face the strike," and he just kept running because he no way he was going to get back.
Another slow-pitched Yorker, which has been chipped down to long on, bounces just in front. They'll take a single. Ngidi finishes with figures of 1 for 29 off his 4, and it's 143 with 1 over left to go.
We've got Ankit Kumar on social saying, "What the fuck is happening in the world? Bombs everywhere." Yeah, absolutely not a nice.
It's that man in the White House.
It's not just him. I'll tell you that.
Picking fights with everybody, though.
It's not just one man.
Yeah, it's not just one man for sure.
But it's a. Please remember that Iran is has a rich history of thousands of years, and it's the site of the Garden of Eden. It's a rich culture that stretches just beyond what we might describe as living memory, and hopefully some stability can be created and maintained. But this last over is going to be bowled by Bosch, who has figures of 1 for 30 after 3 overs. Madande to strike
shot,
and he's squirted this full pitch delivery down the ground. It will be stopped at the boundary, but they will take 2.
Really good stuff by Stubbs there on the boundary, who pitched it up and threw it in one fluid motion with no wasted time or effort at all.
This entire team is filled with excellent fielders, ground fielding, catches.
There's not a weak spot in it, or at least that's how it's felt all the way through this tournament.
Yeah, unless they have a bad day, of course.
Yeah, which is possible. This one played through mid-wicket. Deep mid-wicket will limit damage to a single. Madande now on 20. Bosch probably feeling a little bit better that Evans is on strike. He is 8 off 10 deliveries, 1-6 in that, and an awful lot of playing and missing at the other 9 balls. Bosch coming in again, an attempted sweep and out.
Nobody in this team has got the flicks right.
No, he especially yorked himself on off stump by going across too far.
Yeah.
To get outside off stump to play shot, and Bosch has just got it snuck in under the pads. Yeah.
Let's have a jingle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jason.
We will.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
Evans goes for 8, bowled Bosch.
I've got a slightly unrelated question for you guys. When was that audio clip of Bear, when was it recorded?
Oh, God knows. God knows.
But
could have been at almost any time.
That's Bear in reasonable mode, because there's no swearing in it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's
the PG version.
Can't be from an England game.
Yeah, probably. Sounds very chill. Might be teams that he doesn't support or care about playing.
There's only one Masakadze in the cart, so I presume it's this one, not Hamilton.
Could it be Wellington Masakadze on the field right now? Ask yourself, can he even deliver? And does he know how?
I'm quite surprised. I would have thought that Muzarambani would have been a better cold hitter.
Well, it is Masakadze, and that is again full and straight, but onto the leg stump of the left-handed batsman, and he will play this to deep mid-wicket, and there'll be a single. So job done as far as he's concerned. Get your more well set colleague on strike.
Sorry, just gonna squeeze a comment in. Clown Cockney says, "Can Bosch bat a bit?" 100%, mate.
Yes.
You need to look at his batting highlights from the recently, not so recent, but the last India-South Africa ODI series.
He's a very handy number 8.
Yeah.
Indeed.
An attempted ramp shot by Madande, and that's beautiful. It's gone over the keeper. Will it be stopped? No, it will not. Bosch looks like he's dropped a pound and found a penny, but that is 4 runs. I'm sure of it.
It's Nissan She.
Oh.
It's Nissan She.
Yeah, the way that the ball was thrown in and we were following the ball with the camera, I thought maybe they were saying it wasn't.
No, he misfielded it and it went onto the sponge.
Yeah, that was my feeling. Yeah, it says 4 now. 151 for 7 with 1 ball left.
Come on, Madande.
In comes Bosch. An attempted heave over to the leg side. Might have been so badly timed that they'll get 2. They will.
Great running.
Great running.
He's handed the ball to him, but I think that was a bit far too close.
Well, I think we might have a review with the ball being thrown. But no, it's just comes 2.
So, going to require
154.
At 7.7.
Yeah. They've chased bigger totals so far this World Cup.
Raza is clapping these guys off who've done a reasonable job of trying to accelerate at the tail. Certainly Madande, and less so for poor old Brad Evans.
Yeah, so the grand conspiracy theory of maybe Sri Lanka will finish second in the group. Zimbabwe will probably need to bowl them out for short of 100. It's got to be, maybe less than 15 runs in it, or more than 15 runs in it. Sorry, but you would still make South Africa pretty decent favourites with a total of 154.
The way they demolished the chase in the last match, where they got 180 odd for 1
in 16 overs.
Yeah. I would say with the same batting lineup, basically in the side again.
Yeah.
Unless we see a hat-trick or something.
And factoring in the relative performances of the Zimbabwe bowlers, I would say it's probably not going to happen.
Okay, before we so let's just quickly go through the scorecard. Marumi bowled Mpaka for 7, Bennett caught Markram, bowled Nortje for 15, Myers caught Brevis, bowled Linda for 11, Raza caught Miller, bowled Mpaka for 73, Burl LBW bowled Ngidi for 5, Munyonga bowled Bosch for 2, Evans bowled Bosch for 8, Madande not out 26, and Masakadze not out 1, 5 extras, 153 for 7. Linda 1 for 22, Mpaka 2 for 21, Ngidi 1 for 29, Nortje 1 for 29, Bosch 2 for 40, and Markram 1 over for 11.
Well, first half of the job done. Should we get off for 5 minutes and allow Tony to play the?
Yep. What is it that's going to be played?
I don't know.
Something of interest.
Right, we've been told it's exactly 1 year since the Australian takeover of the Bishop and Bear, so we're going to celebrate that for a few minutes, and then we'll be back on for the second innings.
All right, see you in a bit.
See you guys.
Phone like it's a pocket-sized maraca. Oh, that's a free bet. Tasty. She's shaking it too. Another free bet. There's 100,000 free bets to be won every day this Cheltenham Festival. Play Coral's free reward shaker to win guaranteed rewards and special offers. And for new customers, get £30 in free bets when you bet £5. Coral, we're here for it.
The Premier League is exciting. It's exhilarating. And sometimes it's So when you need something to help you ride the highs and lows of all that action, grab a Coke to keep you in the game. Time to refresh. Time for a Coke. Coca-Cola, official partner of the Premier League.
When you want your family staycation to feel like... and your confirmed connecting rooms to feel like...
Good night, Mum.
And your hotel bed to feel like... Oh, and room service to feel like... Choose Hilton. Because at Hilton, hospitality feels like...
Good morning. Enjoy your breakfast.
It matters where you stay. Book now at Hilton.com. Hilton, for the stay.
The Bishop and the Bear, the Bishop and the Bear, and to the delight of everyone, they are here to share jokes and rants and guests and things. Who knows what any fun they'll bring?
Not affiliated with the Mad Bishop and Bear pub at Paddington Station.
The Bishop and the Bear, bats beyond compare, buckets of savoir-faire. The Bishop and the Bear.
Well, here we are. We've just found this pub, and somebody forgot to lock it. I reckon we can go in here and just do what we like. Let's get in there. You go. Oh, look, there's a Watford scarf here and an empty whiskey bottle. I wonder who's been here. Welcome. This is the Australian takeover of the infamous Bishop and Bear Pub podcast. And I'm very pleased to say I am joined by the man who put Cove in Coventry, Ian Deaker Forth, all the way from Melbourne.
Hello, nice to be here.
And the man who put Burn in Melbourne, Mog. Welcome, Mog.
Yes, arson is my key stock in trade. I hope everybody can understand our thick Australian accents, given that we're all heavily Australian.
Yeah,
particularly mine.
Yes, there's been complaints about that, but never mind. Okay. So what our brief is today, apart from wrecking the Bishop and the Bear while we're here, so that they won't recognise it when they get back, is firstly to have a drink, and then we'll start talking about the first week of the Champions Trophy. First up, Forthy, what would you like to drink?
I will have an alcoholic ginger beer.
Oh, nice. Matsu or something like that. Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, there's a nice one from Broome. Not cheap, but, we're generous in this bar. And Mark, what would you fancy?
If it's not your bar, it doesn't matter how expensive it is.
That's true.
I'm going to delight heretics across the world and have some quality scotch on ice.
On ice? How can you do that to scotch? I don't know.
Oh, you can. It's okay.
You and the bear is one in that regard.
just a drop of purified water in there to help stiffen the tannins or something.
This is a man who's practiced for a long time, I can tell. And I'm just going to have a gin and tonic because I like a gin and tonic this time of day.
Malaria season.
Yes. Yes, it does stave off the mosquitoes a bit. That's what I'm told anyhow, so I better drink more of it. So, gentlemen, the Champions Trophy, it's been going for a week now. We've had 6 completed matches and a washout yesterday. What's your general feeling about the tournament? Mog, you go first.
Well, if it was a World Cup, this would only be the first week of about 12, so it's good that it's progressing along nicely. And, I wouldn't say a lot of the games have really thrilled me that much. But I think we know who's going to win. I think we know who's going to be in the semi-finals, more or less. We probably knew that before it all started, but at least we get to enjoy the journey.
Indeed. And Forthy, what do you reckon to what we've seen so far?
Well, yeah, pretty much what your last man said. No particular surprises. The England-Australia game was quite exciting. But, it was quite exciting, actually, I suppose. One of those high-scoring, exciting games, which are never quite as exciting as a low-scoring one. I think it's a shame for the tournament that Pakistan have gone out within 6 days.
Yes.
Since it's their tournament. So that was, whoever gets to fix these things beforehand has fixed it particularly badly. I mean, not quite as bad as England going out in 1999 before the tournament song had been released. But somewhere on the par with that. Of all the schmozzles for English cricket in the late 90s, I think that has to be the pinnacle. Anyway, back to this tournament for a moment. I'm sure we'll be talking about England later. Look, it's let us rejoice, as Margaret Thatcher once said, at the news. Let us rejoice at that news that not that we've sunk a battleship heading in the wrong direction, not that, but rather that Pakistan is hosting a tournament at all.
Indeed.
So that's good. And that's first time for about 40 years?
29, I think it is.
Partially hosting. They're not entirely hosting it, are they?
That's the baby steps. So that's been good. And Pakistan playing India, admittedly not in India or Pakistan, but you've got to start somewhere. So, good things. Afghanistan, I always get confused about whether it's good or bad that Afghanistan are in a tournament, considering that we were told that it was bad that South Africa should play cricket because of apartheid, so they mustn't play cricket. But then we're told it's good that Afghanistan do play cricket despite their evil regime. So it's a little bit confusing to a layman. It's hard to follow exactly.
Depends which lens you look through. If you're looking through the sporting lens, it's good. If you look at the political lens, maybe there are some questions.
I know. I've given up on politics at the moment. I just get what I get.
Yeah. Jonathan Trott, the Afghanistan coach, was saying yesterday that a number of his players have been very brave by speaking out to the Taliban about the lack of women cricketers. We can only take his word on that. I can see that they're in a difficult position, and what worries me is the amount of kudos that the Taliban itself takes from their successes.
Well, I hope I don't get blown up on the way to my coffee tomorrow morning if I've spoken out of turn. Then,
you need to vary your movements. Don't be predictable.
Does this happen a lot in Melbourne, does it?
All the time.
It happened to me twice just this morning.
Oh, God. Oh, well, be careful, boys. Be careful. So in Group A, we've got New Zealand, India, Bangladesh and Pakistan. New Zealand's qualified by thumping both Pakistan and Bangladesh. So your views in relation to New Zealand's performance thus far?
Mark, you go.
They've been perfectly adequate and perfectly competent when they needed to be. They've been... It's almost a little bit boring in a way.
Yes.
They're just sort of plodding along, and then they realise, let's just make 160 runs off the last 10 overs or something, or let's get Bracewell to come in and knock over a bunch of blokes. It's decent bowling. And they just do what they got to do, and that's enough. They've won, so I guess it doesn't have to be too flashy, except that obviously that last whatever it was got them up to 320 or 340. That was fairly exciting.
It's interesting, isn't it? New Zealand, as you say, they do what they got to do. There's not a sense of excitement or anything, but it's a sense of just grinding on and getting there a lot of the time.
I'll probably put a slightly more favourable tinge on interpreting how New Zealand have done. I just think, compared to maybe one or two other teams, who knows, they are very organised, very disciplined. They optimise their resources, which is if you can't, you get the hand you dealt, you get the players you dealt. After that, you organise yourself accordingly. And New Zealand do it brilliantly. Their fielding's been mostly outstanding. They had a little blemish last year sometime, and they put all their drop catches into one match, which is clever of them. If you're going to drop some catches, then do it.
And we're back.
We are indeed. With Al.
Hello. Have you gone anywhere, Al, in the 3 minutes or so that we've had no play?
He's pulled his curtains.
I have put my lunch on. So that will be hopefully finished by the time the first 5 overs are done.
What is your lunch today?
I'm having a chicken tikka pie.
Oh, delightful.
Ooh.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a first change up front as far as... Was that Quentin QDK? No, he is out there. We thought he wasn't going to open.
Yeah, he was looking very unhappy in the stands about 2 minutes ago, but clearly that was a delay.
There is nothing remotely funny about the name Kok. It is, in fact, the name of a city in Poland, which has been recognized and established as a community since the 12th century. The Battle of Kok in 1809, 1920 and 1939, all very, very bad and not at all funny. And in any case, this man's name is pronounced Tuchucha,
Gerald a dark cock.
What?
So this first ball is not being faced by QDK. It was by Markram. He's played it to deep mid-wicket. He's going to get a single. And it's Raza who is doing the bowling.
It's He is opening with spin, as did Zimbabwe, as did Sri Lanka, as did South Africa. I'll get there in the end.
It's the budget Sunil Narayan.
Here we go.
Hiding the ball behind his back.
You might just recognize this guy from the runs he made away. And you might recognize this guy from the runs he makes at home.
He's coming in around the wicket. That is slow outside the off stump. The cock can't beat the offside field though, and there'll be a dot ball.
Yeah.
That
Who
was.
did it, the question is, who did it first, Narayan or Raza, with the hiding the ball behind the back thing as they're running up to bowl?
Well, whatever it is, that one is out.
Wow.
Edged behind the stumps. Well taken by the keeper, and 1 for 1.
Well, if Quintin de Kock wasn't happy before, he's even less happy now.
Well, his second ball duck, he's not going to be chuffed, is he? And it's one of these for QDK.
Then he waddled away, waddle.
Yeah, just too close for him to cut.
It's a good take.
And that is a great take behind the stumps. Big edge, well taken.
They either stick or they don't, those, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one did.
Yeah, he's very disappointed, slow trudge off, almost Jason Roy style.
Caught Maromani, bowled Raza, 1 for 1, and in steps this man, Rickleton.
Should be the Rickler, shouldn't it?
Yep.
Hopefully we've got him here, ready to go. We do.
Ryan Rickleton! Up and comer! Ryan Rickleton! Because the winner!
Just some running repairs on the keeper will slow things down, but Rickleton to face.
Yeah, I was right. I did think that Maramani was the keeper, but the first innings they put up Manyonga as the keeper.
It's Tadebashi Maramani.
So someone's obviously got the captions wrong in the captioning.
That wouldn't be the first time. Some of this coverage, we're just grateful they actually know where the ball's gone, because there hasn't always been perfect.
Wouldn't have got this at the 2019 World Cup.
No.
At least we knew who was in charge then.
Well,
Raza
exactly.
in, this one down the leg side, and that will be pushed through mid-wicket, and Rickleton will get off the strike immediately. South Africa double their total.
They do. I'll tell you one thing about Delhi, Jason. That you'll
What,
be
Delhi Belly?
No.
No.
The buses. I'll tell you something about the buses of Delhi. They run on natural gas. They run on
So do
natural
London's,
gas.
right?
So yes, a lot of Londoners do now.
But Delhi did it first.
This is played by Markram down to long on. They'll take a single.
At the risk of offending some Indian people, how do they make the natural gas?
Well, interestingly enough, Delhi also has a famous museum of toilets. These facts aren't necessarily connected.
But you've connected them, Tony.
But somehow, by inference, I've half connected them. Yeah.
Sheer inference. Rickleton again plays this ball down towards long on. Markram and Rickleton both have 2. De Kock is back in the hutch. It's 4 for 1.
Very good start.
Very slow start for South Africa, but they don't really need to accelerate at the moment.
There's a fair amount of political chat, so I'm just trying to pick my way through that. Tim Wilton Davis, during the siege of Paris in 1870, food shortages led to the killing and consumption of zoo animals, including elephants named Castor and Pollux, as well as other animals like horses, dogs and rats. Well,
did they feed the 5,000 with it?
That's a cheery thought, and thank you for that, Tim.
I mean, an elephant is a lot of meat.
The siege caused severe food scarcity, apparently, which is not a happy thought.
No. Well,
Clown Cockney says, I've had horse carpaccio. I've eaten horse.
I've eaten horse as well. Cheval in France.
Yeah.
In Switzerland.
wasn't especially.
It's.
I only found out afterwards.
Slightly
that's what I
more
was
gamey
actually-
than beef, but not very different.
It is indeed. And the rest of the conversation was, we're delighted that your chatting away is veering towards the non-cricket related.
Mozarabini is in, and that is defended by Rickleton for no run.
Blessings be upon you. Where is he?
He's not there. I didn't see him there.
Well, yes, he is. He must be.
Minor crisis alert for Mog.
No, because he's
No,
absolutely
minor crisis
been
for the.
Oh, unless he was removed due to
strikes.
dingability.
Yeah.
Which I'll have to take the VAR's judgment.
Oh, and that is a beautiful delivery. Slanted across Rickleton, played and missed. Not very far away from the outside edge there.
Yeah, very flat-footed by Rickleton. He just stayed in the crease. Really didn't move his feet at all. Just wafted the bat at that.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw a cricketer move their feet? It's been a while.
It's less frequent, alas, these days.
Certainly in T20 it's less frequent.
In again. Just dabbed down towards deep backward cover.
I'm just trying to
That'll
remember
be another single.
when the current vogue for having a strong base and just hitting the ball with your hands came in, and where footwork became a secondary action. Probably late noughties, early 2010s.
Zimbabwe, I don't know what the maths are. We did say at the beginning, didn't we? If Zimbabwe were to beat South Africa
by about 10 to 15 runs,
it would need to be by 10 to 15 runs.
Yeah.
So they've not. That's going to be quite hard, given that they've only posted 150 odd.
So you have a jeweler's eye for detail. Mistimed by Markham, it's gone only about 10 yards past the bowler's stumps, but they've made good ground for a quick single. 6 for 1.
West Indies win big, then England would end up playing South Africa. I don't think it actually matters the margin of defeat. If South Africa lose, and the West Indies were to thump India this afternoon, that does leave England playing South Africa.
Boo.
I mean, they're both tough games.
Yeah.
Whichever way you look at it, they're the pick teams of the tournament. Oh.
That has been lofted high by Rickleton over long on, and that's gone.
Big one of these.
I'm going 87.
87. I'll go under. But it's a 6
under.
nevertheless, folks.
Yeah.
Thought he'd underclubbed it there for a sec because it went a long way up.
Yeah, he
didn't look like it was going all the way
81.
out.
It's not
There
as long
you
as
go.
I thought.
Yeah.
As the actress said.
And he's attempted to pull that one. It's been skewed all the way down to mid-on. There'll be no run, and that's 8 off the over.
A very strong box there. That's gone a long way off it.
Anything on socials?
I'm just having a look of anything that there's plenty.
That is repeatable.
Yes. Jay knows about India. Apparently, some discussion around all things Indian. Clown Cockney, most things about 6 minutes. Okay. Clown Cockney's in Singapore. We know that, so
A very
big
green
fan of
city.
Singapore. Yeah, I love Singapore.
Second over for Raza. This one back of a length. Markram able to pull that towards deep mid-wicket. Deep square leg, and will take a single. 13 for 1.
Friend of mine.
What do you think, Al? Do you think they need to bowl their best guns up front in the best chance of getting a win here, and leave their lesser bowlers to the end if they can get that far?
We'll have a think about that in a second. Rickleton makes room and tries to hit the ball through mid-off, but can't do so. This isn't. I mean, to me, it's not about trying to restrict runs. You need
it's about
10
taking wickets. Exactly.
154 means you need 10 wickets. So,
bowl your best bowlers.
You know, if it
don't
means
leave them unbowled.
If you're a bowler short in the sort of 19th over, that you wouldn't normally bowl at that stage, but you got like 7-8 down, and then you've half done your job. This one has been hit with a leading edge. Rickleton trying to play the ball through mid-wicket, plays it to mid-off, no run.
So I'm not sure that Raza necessarily bowls this often in the power play. But I think necessity is the mother of invention here.
He's come down the track as Rickleton. Raza has followed him, and he'll go about 8 yards towards mid-wicket, but they'll take a single. Rickleton 10, Markram 4. Not one big 6 for Rickleton so far.
Yeah, he's chewed up a few balls in that case. If he's only scoring a run the ball.
Raza into Markram now, and he's bowled him. That one is a worm burner from Raza, and it's hit middle stump about an 1/8 of the way up. Markram can't believe it, and Raza struck a fortuitous wicket.
All of the dreams that I dreamed were mine are going, gone.
That's a lovely piece of bowling. He's bowled the back of the hand floater, and it's just
no. How high off the pitch is that gone? You cannot legislate for that. That is he's bowled the ball straight. That's as much as he's done skill wise.
Well, Jade Dernbach couldn't do that.
No, he just got confused by his own varieties. I think Dernbach in the end. It was one thing for the batsman not to quite know what was coming next, but you always had the sense that probably the bowler didn't either. In his case, I mean, it did keep low.
It kept very low,
but it has played off the back foot, and probably should have come forward to it. New man is our chum DeWald. Here he is.
Brevicity is the soul. DeWalt is me.
Problem about coming in after a ball like that is that you've seen the ball before.
Yeah, it's in your mind.
This one outside the off stump, cut away onto the offside, and that will be given up on by the fielder, but that will go for 4.
Yeah, poor old Muzrambani was looked like he was running through treacle there, trying to chase that down.
Yeah, it didn't look like he quite gave the full effort there. 18 for 2 though at the end of the 3rd over.
A lot of discussion about various places to live. Worm burner, says Eric, question mark.
That place in Germany?
A worm burner. Well, what's the other word, the most more normal name for it? One that scuttles all the way along the ground. It's gone from my mind.
Grubber.
Yeah, could be. Clown Cockney says, I lived in Singapore for 7 years. Yeah, I've been in and out of Singapore more times than I've had hot dinners, probably. A very good friend of mine runs a company.
There's a podcast, isn't it? Where places where Tony's been in and out of.
Yes.
Evans is going to bowl. Rickleton plays this first ball down to mid-off right at the edge of the circle. No run.
Well, I know, because I used to work there.
In and out with Tony Bishop.
Indeed.
Who misses?
Yes, but not just flying through Singapore. I've always been there for sort of 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time.
When Tony's in and out, he stays for a good while.
Yeah. I think you're leaning towards some slightly questionable innuendo.
A bouncer from Evans has hit Rickleton on the helmet, and we're going to take a little break here.
That was a good surprise ball. He didn't expect that at all. That was.
And Rickleton is feeling his head here. Time for seriousness in terms of the protocol.
Yeah. What day is it? F off. I think is the general response.
Like I said, some seriousness with regards to the protocol. The helmet came off pretty quickly, and he had his hand on top of his head like that.
Well, he's bowled that with a scrambled seam, and it's hit him on the side. That's why he's feeling a little bit discombobulated. because that gives you more impact through the body, the side impact rather than frontal.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised his neck's feeling a little bit sore after that, as well as any other part of his.
What's tickling Tony?
Oh, hello.
What's tickling Tony is Pro Genius, who said, "Morning all. Question earlier of the last time batsmen moved their feet. Darren Gough on Strictly Come Dancing."
Very good.
There you are.
Was that he before or after Mark Ramprakash? He was probably after, wasn't he? Was he won the first or second series of Strictly? Second series.
No, new helmet, as is the protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a one-shot deal.
They are. Well, I think most helmets are. Seems true of cycle helmets, bike helmets.
I mean,
Once you clonked them, you shouldn't be
not.
wearing them again.
To be fair, this is not sort of manufacturing for the reason of getting replacements. This is what they're designed to do. They're designed to take one shot
because they crumple, don't they?
Because they absorb the energy.
Yeah, they do. I think he's getting his head. I mean, you can see there's quite a mark. He's got a plaster. He's got a plaster on his head.
As I was trying to intimate, this was a. This is what you have the protocol for. For moments like this.
But also, David, he's being asked, what
get ready just in case, mate.
Yeah. How many fingers am I holding up? Who won the FA Cup in 1927?
All answers to which I do not know the answer.
I don't know that one. Who did win the FA Cup in 1984?
I know that one. Because you beat us in the semi-final.
Do you know what really bothers me?
We did.
They're trying to apply a cold compress via this side of a fucking water bottle. Be fucking professional.
Yeah.
Have enough equipment that you can actually tend to someone with a head injury.
I think they rushed out there in a hurry and forgot to take the bag with them.
Be prepared. Don't make excuses, Jason. Be professional. Be prepared.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying
it's a fucking joke. It just makes me sick.
Yokanan says South Africa's in line for a defeat. Well, they haven't started well. They have made team changes. They clearly rotated the squad, giving people an outing. The likes of Linda being one.
Linda, Mpaka, and
most of the top order though has stayed as it was though.
It's only from 6 down.
It's the middle order and the bowling that they've rotated. But I think he's going to be all right. He seems to have a smile on his face. Does the Rickler?
He's probably saying I should have hit that for 6. No, in typical bullish South African manner.
Why change what works, says Jokinen. If you're referring to the South Africa team changes, yeah, I kind of get that. I mean, it's highly unlikely they won't finish top, and it's highly unlikely that, they can't not qualify.
The question is, will they have to travel or not? And that's not really dependent on this match.
They know one of their great strengths is their batting, and they haven't fiddled with that. I think they've genuinely wanted to give people a chance, but equally in sport, as we all know, there is a lot to be said for momentum.
To rest people, that's the question.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't moaning about the changes when they restricted Zimbabwe to 154, were they?
No, we weren't. England did the same thing, and look, they brought in the lad who effectively turned out to be their match winner.
Yeah.
In Ray and Ahmed. Told to go and
bat like this is live.
It is.
This is ballers outside the off stump, played down to mid-off. Misfielded, allows a single to be taken. Rickleton off strike and on 11. 19 for 2, as we're now halfway through the 4th over.
Still a lot of conversation. Jokinen, Clown Cockney, Tim Wilton Davis, all involved. But I'll probably just leave it at that for now.
No, what are they saying?
I think it's about various merits of India, travelling to India, what to eat, what not to eat.
No, that's always a good thing. Played out into the offside field by Brevis, no run.
And Evans has bowled a very parsimonious over so far.
He has. I mean, there's been a number of this Zimbabwe squad who can look back and say that they've certainly done themselves proud.
This one though, down the leg side, flicked away. Now is there a deep square leg? One comes into view just in time, but that's a very easy 2. 21 for 2.
Yeah, I mean the Rickler might be just taking a moment to gather himself after that clock full on the helmet.
He's going to take a couple of balls.
You rely so much on De Kock to start,
get off to a flyer.
Get you off to a flyer.
That one nice and straight, defended by Brevis. That's the end of the over. 4 overs are gone. It's 21 for 2.
Yes.
And they haven't been in trouble like this since the India game.
No, well, our friend Jokkanen, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, do please let me know. Teams become complacent when they start to win too many matches. There is an element of that, but I think you've got to look at the context of the match that's being played. And for this one,
I think they've
not the intensity in the same way.
Maybe they thought they'd had their lucky escape when they got out against Afghanistan and got out of jail in the second super over.
They certainly did get out of jail. Remember, there shouldn't have been a super over in the first place. It was all Afghanistan had to do is not try and run, and they would have had an extra ball to score the run they needed. But that's all history now. South Africa squeaked over the line. They're unbeaten in this tournament so far. That's the closest they've come to succumbing.
Raza to continue. That one keeps low again. Rickleton was backing away to leg. Defends frantically back to the bowler for no run. Might be worth just playing see the ball hit the ball straight with Raza, to be fair.
Ooh.
Although Rickleton takes a step to leg, hits this over the bowler's head, over Long On's head, over, well, almost everybody who's in the stand's head as well. That's gone for a massive 6.
That was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, straight bat. Just don't
smash it through the line.
No, don't let it go under the bat. Just play with a straight bat.
88.
And with what seems like a frustrating lack of effort as well. This one, though, is defended, although it is played towards mid-on. Mid-on, though, is long on, so there'll be a single. It's fascinating when it's all so well-timed that it doesn't really look like anything's happened, and it's gone for miles.
Yeah. But I kind of trying to play a little bit of Hassan Raza on his merits and make sure he gets out of this spell without any more damage.
Brevis tries to play the ball through the covers, can only find the fielder at the edge of the circle. No run. 2 balls left of this over and our spell together.
Did I say Hassan Raza?
Yeah.
I'm really showing my age there. Then.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Unlike Hassan Raza, who was famously about 13 for 5 years.
Yeah. Played towards square leg, fielded at the edge of the circle, single taken, 1 ball left, 29 for 2. So we're seeing here the difference between the Raza height of delivery and the one that took Markram, and as you can see, half the height. This one, though, is back of a length, played with conviction by Rickleton down towards long on. He'll retain the strike on 19, and as we change, it's 30 for 2.
Who's on?
See you guys later.
It should be Messers coming in. Thank you, Al. It should also be Mark. Can someone change the screen so we can see him? Assuming he's there, and he needs admitting.
No, he's not there at the moment.
Please. No, he needs admitting. I can see from here that he needs admitting. It's 30 for 2. The screen will be changed. Jason's going to have a blow. 30 for 2 after 5. Well, they're gonna struggle to get to the 45 for 2 that Zimbabwe were at, Messers. At the end of the power play, they're going to have to smack 15 to equal Zimbabwe, and obviously not lose a wicket at the same time.
There is this underlying sense that they don't really care that much anyhow, which sort of undermines the game a little. Yokaman says West Indies should beat India later. They may well do. The interesting thing is, I'm not one to advocate betting normally, but India are...
oh, Lord. The Rickler has waited for that from Evans, and he has absolutely clobbered it over deep mid-wicket. Well, not quite as far as the 88-metre special from earlier, but certainly far enough to be one of these.
Well, clearly Rickleton hasn't had any effects of the hit in the head.
No, it could have been the famous Brian Clough. I can't remember who the footballer was. He's suffering from concussion. So you can't put him on there, Brian. And Brian Clough's famous line was, just tell him he's Pele and send him back out there. Whoever it was, he said he doesn't know who he is, Brian. That was it. He says, tell him he's Pele and send him back out there. Evans.
Very good.
Oh, that's same again. More of the same. Up it goes. Has it got the length he has? It's just a shade squarer than the previous one, but it's 2 consecutive ones of these.
Yeah. So, well, unless they're caught up to Zimbabwe now, maybe. I think.
Well, they will,
At
yes.
the same time.
I think they need 3 more. 3 more to equal Zimbabwe's 45 for 2 off the power play, but 12 off 2 means they won. That's speared wide, so they're going to get 1 for that and another go, because that's a horrible wide. As Kumar Dharmasena, former Sri Lankan spinner, points out. Mark, how are you? You're looking very well.
I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm fine. We've in between times we had a very fine West Australian red wine. So,
which particular fine red wine was it?
So it was Zinfandel from the Ferguson Valley, which is not far from Margaret River.
Very nice too. Yes, I'm sure Messers will know that very well.
Well, when you say very well, it's been a while since I had a Zinfandel, but it's nice.
I was thinking more of the geographic region. That's clever ball from Evans. That one he did get right. He's come around the wicket to Rickleton, who swings and misses, and there's no run. He'll be glad of that, Will Evans.
It was a talisman, very, very made by the person who owns it. It's a very lovely old gentleman who, very, very nice property out in the Ferguson Valley, which is known for its gnomes. That's one thing that's known for.
Known for its gnomes?
Yes, there's
as
this
in garden
large
gnomes?
Yes, a large collection of gnomes in the Ferguson Valley.
Evans
well
again.
Known for that.
That's another clever ball. Well, there's a shout from behind the stumps. I don't think Rickleton got anywhere near to that.
Nowhere near
and
it. Review it though. We want bad reviews. We love a bad review. And come on, come on.
He is not going to review it. Marimani behind the stumps for Zimbabwe looked sort of interested for a while. Ryan Burl's coming in and going, should we, shouldn't we? But I don't think Evans is really that interested. He digs it in shortish. Rickleton really tries to hit the leather off it. Marimani up he went, going, I think we might have something there. It does go reasonably close to the toe mark, but not so close as to create all that excitement.
Right. Snicko might have given it out.
That one he has got, though. Has he got it far enough? There is a man underneath it. He's taken magnificently by Ryan Burl.
Whoa, good catch.
What a
He's given that one a Burl. Well done.
It was pulled away. Rickleton, who'd been going well, but Ryan Burl was running backwards and sideways and somehow managed to judge it as he sort of fell sideways and backwards and taken, well, we've seen better catches this World Cup, but let me tell you, not that many. What a grab that was. Rickleton not in control of the shot. He got under it quite a lot. More toe-ended it.
There's Burl. Oh, that was a superb bit of dancing there, bit of leaping there from Burl.
Yeah, he was in mid-air when he took that ball.
Could say it was a burlesque, but
it's a very interesting celebration from Evans too. Burlesque. Oh, I like that. Not Burl Ives.
No, no burlesque.
Messers will remember Burl Ives. You're
Oh,
far.
God.
You're
I'm
obviously too
know
young, Mark.
Burl
But
Ives.
Messers.
I'm much too young for Burl Ives. Oh,
The ugly bug ball. Nothing ugly about that catch, though. It was a real screamer.
no, superb. Well done.
Where were we? Which one shall we give him? There's so many choices. I think he deserves one of the nice ones. We'll give him this nice one.
That's unlucky how you got out, but the ball is really good, so it can't be helped.
Well, it could have been helped. He wasn't in control of an attempted pull. Didn't get it anything like he was attempting to. It was too wide, really, to attempt the shot he was attempting. But he was feeling good. He was feeling positive. He'd already crashed 2 massive sixes in the over. And I suspect, Mark, that gave him the confidence to think almost anything could go if he wanted it to.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And he's gone too far, and that's how he got out. I was looking at the fact that we've got David Miller in. I was just contemplating the fact that my brother was actually born in Zimbabwe.
Oh, right.
And my mother was actually called Miller. So this is kind of strange because she actually was living in South Africa.
Do you think that you're a relation?
Then she went to Miller. I'm not a. No, I don't think I'm. Yeah, no Miller in South Africa. But no, it's just interesting looking at this whole thing because I'd say no, my brother was born in the time when it was Southern Rhodesia. But yes, so that's the so I'm kind of don't mind a bit of Zimbabwe, but when they go well. But so yeah, that's my obscure reference connection to this game.
Dusty or windy tends to be the nickname to precede Miller.
We were coming up with ways of talking about brevis actually before I came on. Brevis and butthead was actually my wife's suggestion.
As in Beavis, very good. I like that.
Brevis and butthead. That's what it was. Yes.
Well, was it David Miller next? Is he the man I'm?
Yes, it is.
Looking to. I might as well jingle him up while we wait.
Next is a real life wire. David Miller, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Probably that's all we should play of that one, just in case. Erring on the side of caution these days on the dingability of jingles. He is in at number 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You would put him. I'd say he's the best. He's the best South African player for the middle order.
Certainly in this format. That's speared wide of his off stump by Brad Evans. And it completes 6 overs, so they haven't made the score. They've lost 1 extra wicket and are 2 runs south of Zimbabwe's power play score. It's 43 for 3. Evans got a wicket despite having been dispatched for 2 sixes in that over. 6 complete Messers.
Some discussion about the origin of Burl, which Banana Brooks says comes from Old English cup holder or butler, which would rule out a number of English football teams. Anyhow, Extra Fluffers had an interesting discovery. He's just remembered he has Prime, which means in Australia that he can watch the whole of the World Cup on that. But it's a bit late to be getting there, Fluffer. Fucking hell. I was going to ask you guys, what do you reckon is the chances of the West Indies beating India?
I think it could go. The West Indies have got so much power, but I mean both teams do. The West Indies a tad more mercurial, perhaps.
Well, the bookies are offering you $4.40 on West Indies, which is ridiculous odds, as I said.
Right, Graham Creamer's in.
Advocate betting, but it's a good bet.
The Creamer's in. Brevis has gone.
Brevis.
I'll have that. Thank you very much, Dewall Brevis.
Excellent work,
and
Brevis.
Absolutely smashed it high over mid wicket for another maximum. Not the ideal start for the cream in our coffee. Where is the lad? We'll have to wait. That one's a better ball. Brevis steps back, muscles it out to mid-wicket and jogs a single. Well, he was here.
So you were talking about the choices of today. I mean, look, Bumrah's the key. I think the Bumrah's the key to if Bumrah can control West Indies and get a few out, I think that's probably a key for today. I think India will win, but you never know with the West Indies. You never know. It's a whole. That's the classic West Indies.
Well, the West
thing.
Indies have only lost one match this World Cup.
Defended by David Miller. I think we can call him the veteran David Miller now. What is he, 36?
Yes, I think we can.
37?
Oh, yes.
I mean, didn't he played in quite an early World T20? Certainly 2012.
Yes,
I think he was playing then.
He's been around for a long time.
That's a bit of an inside edge. Going to roll down to fine leg, and he's going to get himself probably a fortuitous single. It's been a decent nick. Decent nick without ever quite going on, although not always his fault because he's been not out 3 times. Canada 39 not out, Afghanistan 20 not out, Afghanistan 20 not out, New Zealand 24 not out, India 63, which is considerably better. So actually that makes his average 146, which is not too bad at all at that point. That one is guided by Brevis. Is it going to be fielded? Is it? Yes, it's chased round. And they will come back for. Are we going to get a 3? That rarest of beasts? No, we're not. Just 2. So 10 off the creamer over. Score moves on to 53 for 3. We've got 1 ball left of the 7th over, which our friend Creamer is bowling. He played in 100, didn't he, David Miller, this year? Yeah, I think he did. For the Northern Superchargers. Oh, that's full and launched comprehensively. It smashes into
wow.
How long was that? It sort of smashed the fencing that's guarding the people in the stand. So they obviously expected the
Brevis
ball
is
might
going
go
pretty
there.
well.
It's a short arm jab, really.
Lovely.
80 metres.
Punched it down to the 6, yeah. It's very good.
punch.
Not sure why the win predictor's saying 27% Zimbabwe. I'd say 2%.
Wow, it's the lads in the pub. You never know. 7 overs complete, 59 for 3. They're not making easy work of it, but you think they'll probably get there. But let's see, 2 more wickets could make a huge difference. Messers.
Yes, that's right.
Clown Cockney says this is a big deal in Zimbabwe. Let's go. Neville Chetty says, "Hey Mark, I hope you're not related to Paul O'Sullivan from South Africa, who has 3 passports from South Africa, UK, and Ireland." We have a super chat from Gareth. Gareth Davies. Thank you, Gareth. Says, send us 100 Thai baht. Says Joe Grover overspent on the Ashes and lives in a caravan in Mumbai with messages.
Well, there we go. I'll jingle that music. There you go. Musrabani, in he comes. Blessings. Drilled those straight to deep mid-wicket by Miller. He can't pierce the field off that first ball of Blessing Musrabani's 2nd over.
He's a very impressive bowler. It's the first time I've seen him this game, in this game, because I didn't watch the Australia-Zimbabwe game at all. And yeah, he's very impressive.
No, he's doing very well. He did all right in the 100, did Miller? Played 7 times for the Superchargers, who are going to be called one of the Indian names this year. I don't think they're going to be the Superchargers next year. And that's just pushed away to mid-wicket. Fielded by Burl, maybe? No run. There might be. I haven't asked Jason yet how he's feeling about his Mumbai lads south of the river. I think, yes, the signal I'm getting is not especially warm. Now they're no longer the Oval Invincibles. They are the MI Oval, are they? Hasn't even got Oval in the name.
Well, he was never particularly keen on the 100 anyhow, though, was he?
No. Right, Musrabani in. It's full. It is driven. He had to dig it out, really. I think he was looking for the Yorker, Musrabani. It's just going to be a single to David Miller.
Bowling well again. Musrabani, I think, yeah, he's I want to see him. Hopefully you'll see him more than just in these sort of games. I think he's very good talent.
Well, he averaged 33 in the 100, highest score of 38 against the Manchester Originals, who also have become something else next year. In the confusing world of franchise cricket, we have, I think, 3 of the 100 franchises have distinctly IPL-y names. 4, says Jason. Am I London, are they?
My
Yeah,
London, not
London.
MI London.
My London.
My London.
Right,
My
Musrabani.
London.
Driven!
That's
That's a beautiful drive.
Beautiful
So
drive.
beautiful. Brevis knew it as well, and he
Brevis has
held
been
the pose.
very, very good.
And away it goes, between cover and extra cover, for a very fine-looking one of these.
You ask where I live, here's the address I give, the phone.
You always know when a batsman feels. I think he probably enjoyed that shot more than one or two of his the sixes, because it was just so stylish.
It was.
What's
It was more like a test
What's
match.
Blessing got
Test match.
in response? Good ball on middle and leg, turned to leg by Brevis. Just a single on that occasion. He will bring back David Miller, former Northern Supercharger, for a season at least. Third highest wicket taker in the tournament. They're all ganging up on poor old Van Schalwick now, who's still clinging desperately on, but he can't do anything about it because he's had to go home. He's still on 13, and Geedy and Musrabani, both on 12, are breathing down, metaphorically down his neck, because I suspect wherever Van Schalwick lives, he's gone back there. But he did, considering he hasn't been able to play in the Super 8s, the fact he's still hanging on to that top spot just shows you how well he bowled in the group stages. That beats the outside edge. They feel they've got an edge. Musrabani thinks he's got an edge.
Very nice delivery. I don't think...
Keeper Muramani thinks he got an edge.
Pretty close, but no, they shouldn't be reviewing. Oh, no, Sekander's like...
Is he? Did they say
No.
yes? Did they say no? I think
No,
Sekander
no,
rather
no.
can that. So no, 65 for 3 after 8. Let's just have a quick look before we go to your messages. Yeah, no, it was
Nice
closer
ball, but
to
no.
clipping the off stump than it was to taking the edge of the bat, in my honest opinion. Messers.
Yochanan says if the top three batters get going, we'll get a big score from the West Indies.
Maybe,
Extra
true.
Fluffer says the British South Africa company will corner this market. I don't know what that's about. Farong says, will the Windies players be nice to Team Tata to improve landing an IPL contract? Frankly, the holders of the IPL franchises won't give a damn about what India does. They'll be much more interested in whether they can get a bargain with a good player from the West Indies.
Yes.
It's all about money.
Well,
Well,
someone
Blessing,
nailed on.
I mean, Blessings, I mean, even Sekander, look at Sekander today. I mean, I don't know if he's got an IPL team at the moment, but he was really good today, bowling and batting.
Certainly was. It's Masakadza who's in though. Twirling in, Brevis steps back, cuts to deep extra, gets a single.
I was joking about the Manchester Super Giants, but actually that's what they're going to be.
They are. No. There's four.
Giants.
Four
Look,
of
it's
the...
Sunrisers, Leeds, MI London, Manchester Super Giants. What I'm seeing here. Okay, MI London, My London. That's
MI
bizarre.
London, yeah. Whether it will be called My London, I don't know.
That's what Cape Town were called. They were called My Cape Town, not MI.
My London.
That was smashed by Miller. Oh, he just picked up that ball. It was wide, slightly wide of his off stump, his leg stump, I beg your
Beautiful
pardon.
shot.
In his arc. And as he once famously said, if it's in the arc, it's out the park. Well, it's not quite out the park, but it's so certainly over the boundary sponge for one of these.
Mm.
80
So good to watch
84.
at times, Miller.
Yeah,
Miller is so good to watch. He really is.
He makes
it when he gets there.
He makes it
gets
look
a roll
easy.
on.
Well, that's the most optimistic LBW shout you will ever see in your entire life from Tadiwashi
we did see one
Madamani.
from.
They're going to review it. Hang on.
The one they reviewed in the first innings, South Africa reviewed, was...
Yeah, come on. Do an Aidan Markham style review. No.
Well, I think they have. No, they have reviewed it. Oh, no, they haven't.
No, they haven't.
I thought they had. Right.
Thank goodness.
That was speared in by Sakadza, the left armour. Miller hits it down
Sekander's got
into
more
the ground.
sense than that.
Well, I think
Sekander's
he
got more
does.
sense than that.
This fourth wicket partnership, 29 off 17, so they're moving along pretty nicely. 72 for 3, we're 2 balls short of 9 overs completed. After 10, Zimbabwe were at 80. So South Africa will be there or thereabouts, or they might now be ahead because that's pulled away. It's going to beat the man at deep backward square. It was pretty square.
Very nice.
2-3 bounces over the sponge, 4 runs. Fine shot.
4, 4, 4, F-O-R.
Very nicely played by David Miller, swinging that away.
Yep, very nice
as
shape.
is his wont.
I'm looking at this game for the possibility for the finals and seeing how consistent South Africa are. And Brevis and Miller have both been pretty impressive right now.
Oh, he's got this! Oh, he's got this!
Whoa!
And
wow.
the kitchen sink, and
there it goes.
Several hundred weight of effort behind it as well. Up go Richard Illingworth's arms. It's gone over deep mid wicket for one of these.
Miller's getting bored. It's like, let's get this over and done with.
Well, I think that all the signals are that he wants to do that. So 82 for 3 after 9. So they are ahead of Zimbabwe. The same number of wickets lost, and they've got another over. So they're just starting, one feels, to accelerate. We are looking at Ryan Rickerton, who did take a real old bash on the head. He sat reclining in the, well, it wouldn't be the pavilion. He's got his feet up, but he's got one of those big sort of ice pack things on his head. So he's trying to bring the swelling down. And possibly he's starting to get a bit of a bump on that noggin of his. Messers 82 for 3 after 9.
Yeah, Jerry Carr posted this before that over, to be fair. He says, am I the only one saying Zimbabwe will win this match? At
Yes,
that
you are.
stage, Extra Fluffers said Zimbabwe will win this match. I suspect both of you might reconsider after that over of 17 runs.
Blessing Musrabani's in. Well, you're going to have to reconsider a bit more now because Dwell Brevis has pulled this away.
Gone right. No, we've had enough.
There's a scrub.
Musrabani and Musrabani and Sekanda were the two bowlers who were keeping them down, but now South Africa have taken the level. No, we're sick of this battle.
6. Scramble in the crowd to see who can field it first. Tells you
that's
that
beautiful
was
shot.
An absolute belter.
Hold the pose, Brevis. Hold the pose. That was what he was doing.
Well, I can tell you the lads in the pub who are probably well into their 4th or 5th pint now, they have got South Africa at 89% and Zimbabwe at 11. Up onto his toes, goes to Ward Brevis, out to deep cover. They take a single, so 7 off the first 2 balls of Blessings over. Wicketless for
So are they
him
drinking?
so far.
So the blokes in the pub, are they drinking real ale or are they drinking lager?
I don't know. They might be drinking shorts.
That's the question.
I might be drinking
It
shorts.
might be shots. Okay, it might be shots.
I think the conversation, you know, if you're into the last over and a team needs 50 or so off the last over, but technically they're busily. I'll just hold the thought as this one is dabbed, but dabbed straight to wicketkeeper Muramani, and there was no run. If you need 50 off the last over, which clearly is not going to happen, then they have to come up with ever increasing ways of thinking how might it happen, which would mean consistent wides, no balls, free hits. So there is a chance, which means only when you get to the last ball do they finally concede that it's 100%. So even off the last ball and you still need 40, they'll say it's 99.9777 recurring or something. That's beautifully driven by David Miller.
Look,
that's a sweet.
Beautiful to watch. Yeah.
Off drive.
Great stop.
And it's got him 4 runs.
It's art.
So for the 10 over mark, they are starting to get comfortably ahead. And it's really all courtesy of these two. Rickleton certainly started with an aggressive innings, but I don't think the bump on the head helped him at all.
No.
But Miller and Brevis here are, as I think you said, Mark, trying to get the job done. What's Blessings got? Well, he's got a ball that beats a wild swing outside of off from David Miller, and will go through to Muramani. No run. The sun is setting, as we can see, or it looks like it's setting pretty low now.
Yeah.
It's only a couple of hours ahead, though. It just shouldn't be setting yet. Maybe starting to. the collapsing
Looks
car
like it
park
is.
is bathed in a sort of a watery evening sunshine at the Alan Jaitley Stadium. 4 out of the 5 matches in this World Cup won by the team chasing. I don't think that stat is going to alter too much today. David Miller.
Well, there you go.
Muzrabani threw it wide
There
off
you
stump.
go.
There's a man on the 45, short third.
There you go.
And as you
Well done,
say,
Muzrabani.
he literally just chipped it straight into his hands.
Wow,
That's
that
a
was-
shocker of a shot. David Miller probably
Looked like
can't
an
believe
Ashes
what he's
shot
done.
to me.
93 for 4 though. That'll keep Zimbabwe definitely interested. We're going to have a bit of a change-a-roo. Can't remember who's in. I just know it's not me. So I'm going to move out the way. 93 for 4. Important wicket right at the end of the 10th over.
Good.
And who knows? Just who knows?
Nice. Go off. See, I don't think I'm up on the final, so see you at some stage. Bye-bye. I think I'm off now.
Well,
right.
What did David Miller do there? That was completely unnecessary.
Rain fade. I'll see you later. Bye.
He was batting okay and just decided to guide the ball very neatly to a deep slip.
Bit of a hasty shot, that.
Anyway, it brings this man to the crease. I'll jiggle him up in a sec. It is this man.
Steps to cheer Tristan for 8. He offers more for what he's paid. He can bat and bowl and even keep. It's time that Stubbs he made the lead.
It's Tristan Stubbs. He's not going to be on strike because that was the end of the over. DeWalt Brevis is going to face up to the returning Raza, who's going to bowl. I think is this his last over?
Probably his 3rd over, isn't it?
No,
it is his last over.
So gambling early to get another wicket with his last over. He's got 2 for 19 so far from his 3 overs. Took both openers, I think, in his first spell. That ball is slammed by Brevis. It's up to the bat and deposited straight back over Raza's head for a big, flat one of these.
Smack it in the air. Beyond the boundary. Smack it in the air.
Didn't waste any time there. Just first ball straight
Brevis
down the ground.
is seeing it now. He's on 35.
41 now. 41 of 16.
Yeah,
that's
slightly
almost.
rueful smile by Sikander Raza. He's running out of run to play with. 55 needed now, or 59 balls. That's down the leg side, and Brevis just works that through deep square leg. They should get 1, possibly 2. No, good fielding on the boundary there to cut off the second run. So Stubbs brings Stubbs down to face his first ball.
Let's see what he does. Let's see if he starts playing his shots or just rotates strike and puts Brevis on strike. I reckon he just do that.
He would play within himself until he needs not to, I think. Brevis is going along nicely. He's 42 off 17. He doesn't need to go expansive at this point in the game.
I think risk taking will just lose to loss of wickets unnecessary.
Raza again on the legs and work to square leg, and Stubbs is off the mark, and the 100 is up for Zimbabwe. Sorry, not Zimbabwe, South Africa. It's very confusing when you've got two teams with basically the same colours apart from the
primary
trousers.
colour. I think is the same.
Yeah.
You've got red and gold versus red and green and gold. There's the change up. It's the Tariq.
Oh,
great catch!
And it's a fantastic catch. And Raza has gambled and got a wicket. He's got the big man as well. He's got Brevis, who's gone to try and hit a flat, slingy ball by Raza. It's gone up in the air, and a fantastic catch running in from the boundary by
Brian Burl
again. And that is...
He dropped the bat like it was baseball.
Well, he thought, what have I done? What have I done? Anyway, he's gone. And it's going to be one of these.
I knew it.
You silly little boy, what on earth were you playing at? Oh!
Ryan Bull running in from the long on boundary, eyes on the ball all the way through, and a lovely catch.
And I don't give much chance for that bat once he gets into the changing room. He looks like he's about to throw it against something and break it. The white hot aftermath of a poor decision.
Is it time for Corbin Bosch yet, or Dave? No, David Miller's out.
No,
He's Bosch probably.
They've got a... Who's at 6? 7? No.
You know, it's funny here. Joey Carr in the comments said Brevis
It's
out,
George
South
Linder.
Africa loses.
We should... Actually, I don't think we can jingle him up because I think he's...
We got someone in the comments who said Joey Carr over here said Brevis out, South Africa loses, and Gareth Davies said ask India, West Indies, and now Zimbabwe. They will tell you, Joey. So that's easier said than done. But
well, George Linder can bat. I've seen him bat, but he's not necessarily a power hitter. He's more a placer of the ball, and he's off the mark straight away with the ball angled down the leg side to square leg. So yes, 2 new batsmen at the crease. It's that floaty ball that Raza bowls, which he's got hardly any spin on it at all. It just, and therefore it just dips and skids just a little bit. $102 for 5. That turned significantly. And it's just wide of Raza, who watches it impassively as it goes past down to long on. And there's 1 run. He finishes his 4 over spell. He's taken 3 for 29. Is that enough? South Africa 103 for 5.
Gareth Davies was saying the Gorilla Studio is next door to an Indian restaurant and a boozer for sure. And Clown Cockney replies to that saying,
it's above a brewery, let alone next door to an Indian. I don't think it is.
I don't think there's any Indian restaurants nearby.
It's a very nice Japanese just down there, but which I've had food out of.
well, Clown Cockney says where I'm from, they're the same.
What, Indian and a boozer?
And a boozer.
Well,
a lot of places back home that is the case.
For a lot of my 30 odd years of having a regular curry on a Saturday night, I used to go to a place which was BYOB.
Nice.
Which is always the best way to go because you drink what you want then rather than what's available.
Yeah.
And everyone went there for the food, not the drink. Right, Kramer's in, and that ball is wide and spinning away and cut off the back foot to the boundary rider for a single, who is Munyanga.
But David Durrell did ask here if South Africa will choke the game. What do you guys think?
No,
I think they'll flop over the line now. I think these two will play sensibly and make sure they get there probably within 18, 19 overs.
Yeah, because the run rate isn't a problem here. It's always the wickets, right? Maybe a couple more people try to get it over the line quickly.
One more wicket and it will get very interesting, I think.
To be honest, they can just get to the total with 1s and 2s. They don't even need to hit boundaries anymore.
No. Short and wide, then cut again off the back foot to point by Linder. And the single is taken. One ball will do it.
It's always easier said than done, though. I feel like someone does always just tend to get over eager and then...
Well,
if anyone, it could be Stubbs, I would say.
It comes back to the point I made right at the beginning of the innings, which is I think Zimbabwe have to front load their best bowlers in this innings, and they've probably, if they play all of them out, as that ball is worked into the leg side and another single is taken, then you're up to the likes of Kramer and who's the other guy at the other end? Evans to continue to do the good work. The full toss, and that's been launched. And no, you don't give a big man with long levers a chance like that. And George Linder just plonked that straight over mid wicket, 4-6.
That was an absolute gift. Straight into his hitting arc, full toss. Smashed over the long on boundary for 6.
Full
81
toss to
meter
his-
left-hander.
Yeah, it's not going to matter which way you're spinning it if you don't pitch the ball, and that ball is over slight overcorrection. It's into the deck, but it's worked to square leg where Masakadza fields and throws in. So 10 off the over already. And
Oh,
one
we've
ball
got
to come.
Tony's lads at the pub with the win predictor. Zimbabwe with 8% and South Africa 92.
Stubbs. That's short again, and
well
a fantastic piece of fielding at extra cover there. That ball, I think, was destined to the boundary by, and was that Raza who
Yep.
got
Captain
half a hand
Raza.
on that and turned the 4 into a single. 1-1-4 for 5. That's the end of the 12th over.
Yeah, we got Gaurav Pradeep Salaskar here saying they will win. It's an easy win. I will be surprised if they don't win. I got Banana Brooks here saying add 2 wickets, cliche, bingo. I think that does mean that if 2 wickets go, then it'll be very interesting here.
Well, I think 1 wicket, particularly if it's Stubbs. But I think, to be honest, they're probably within enough range now that they can get it even if they have to bat down to 11, but they shouldn't need to. Masakadza, Wellington Masakadza, he's going to return with his left arm spin.
Really expensive in his first over, going for 17. Let's see if he can pull it back now.
Sort of bustling, whirling action, and the ball is punched down the ground off the back foot by Stubbs, sorry. And a single is taken.
There we can see Ryan Rickleton nursing a
still
bit of a
working
head
out
bump.
quite how did I get out. Also, how did I let that ball hit me? A sharp surprise ball from Brad Evans. That clocked him on the side of the head, which is probably what caused him to have a lengthy HIA. That ball is worked off the hips down to this man on the 45 at fine leg, and there is no run.
Feels so sad for Raza. What was it, 70 that he hit?
Yeah, 76 I think.
And that is short again and worked up the ground to long on.
70 and 3 wickets. Only if they give man of the match award to losing team there.
Well, yeah. I think there's not been anybody else who's deserved it so far in this match. That's
I'd say from both teams, to be honest. I think he's the only one who's deserved it.
Bowled onto the defensive bat of Stubbs, who just punches that down the ground. Another single ensues.
South Africa's results here. 6 games played, 7th one currently going on. They've won all the 6 ones before
Convincingly, apart from Afghanistan.
Apart from Afghanistan. 2 super overs in that one. Absolute thriller. You got a feel for Afghanistan, though. They were pitted against some of the biggest teams and they played their best cricket, but still could not get a win.
Short down the leg side, and that's given a wide. It's probably a missed opportunity by Linder to get an extra value shot out of that. But just couldn't quite get a little snick on that to go run fine down to the boundary. But he's got hold of this one. Is that straight to a man? No. It's in the hole, but it's in between 2 fielders on the boundary, so he will come back for 2. South Africa 120 for 5 now. 1 ball remaining in the 13th over.
Dion Myers with that effort there.
Yep, did the things right. Sacrificed his hat, but made sure he kept hold of the ball. And again, that's a better line by Masakadza. That's just outside off stump, cramping Linder for room slightly, and all he can do is chop it to extra cover. End of the 13th over.
34 required, 42 balls remaining.
Well, let's see, what have we got here? Well, we got Eugene January here saying, well, if we lose this one, then the Joker's tag should come out. Run a ball with 5 wickets. That's what we were talking about earlier as well. We got Neville Shetty here, quite confident, saying that we are through to the semis already, guys.
Who's we?
I think it should be India.
No, I think it's South Africa.
South Africa? Not too sure here. Well...
I mean, at the risk of sounding controversial with 2 Indians on the settee, that's by no means a guaranteed result in the game that's going following this one, which we will also be covering. West Indies versus India is a choice match, and you're going to get good teams playing each other in the Super 8s, but particularly more so when one group is full of the 4 the first round winners. Anyway, it's going to be Brad Evans to come in, who's gun barrel straight, and that ball is just dropped by Stubbs into the offside. Cover runs in and fields it, and that is no run.
Go on, Neville, do tell us which team you're talking about in the chat here, if you're still around.
KG Rabada and Keshav Maharaj having a word with each other on the bench. They're rested probably for this match.
Yeah, they're probably thinking this is a good one not to play, and this is potentially the second closest game of the tournament.
Surprising.
That ball is punched off to mid-off, and there is 1 run.
3 for 29 from his 4 overs today, Sikandar Raza.
How much did Aiden Markram make today?
For hardly
1
anything.
or 2 runs.
Yeah. Under 5.
Yeah.
Very surprising coming from his last game, especially.
He got Raza with the ball that kept bounced and went halfway stump high. Round the wicket by Evans.
Oh, was that Nick? Look close.
And that tucks up Linda. They are thinking about the appeal, and they've reviewed.
Straight away. You see Raza in the background, straight away.
Yeah, I think the keeper's
didn't even
very
wait for the timer.
I think the keeper's very confident about that.
Linda's saying, no, I didn't get anywhere near it. But the truth will out with Snicko, I think, because it can't be anything other than the bat if you do get a sound.
Oh, there's some daylight between bat and ball there.
That's getting closer, getting closer. We're going to need the sound for that, I'm afraid. But he does get tucked up very nicely by Evans.
It's quite possible he didn't feel the nick, even if he did nick it, because it's an awkward position of the bat.
But yeah, Evans, it's got a surprisingly bouncy and quick level, but there is no sign on the heartbeat from Ultra Edge, and Linda. Good decision to review that.
What do you think the keeper was more confident about then? Because he was pretty confident. I'm pretty sure Raza took his
I think he got overexcited, to be fair.
Desperation?
That's a review burned by Zimbabwe.
There we go. Hiding the blushes.
It's good to see. At least they're all smiles.
I mean, they are not playing for anything more than pride here, to be honest.
Yeah.
They could ruin South Africa's hopes of finishing first, but well.
Yeah, but like from
they also need the collusion of the teams in the next match as well. But we'll see. 33 off 39. Don't need to take any real risks. Just need to keep on getting a runner ball, and they'll be there. That is flashed past Gully. That's a good half stop by Gully there. Muzambali chases back from the finer of the two sort of men behind square on the offside. Did they take 2 there? Or was it just 1?
Probably just the 1.
No.
See what I mean about the actual no bounce at all for Markram, who went back to the ball and then watched it submarine underneath his bat. Short and Stubbs knocked it into the leg side. Can they get 2 off this? They're going for it, and he has to put a dive in, but the throw is astray.
Funny little dive,
Yeah,
sideways.
And
sliding into
Marimani
the crease.
takes the bails off, but by that point Stubbs is past the crease.
Good running. You ran the first one hard, and then Stubbs just gingerly gets himself back into the crease on time.
That was nicely done. Evans over the wicket. That is dropped again into the leg side. Can they get 2 again?
They will.
They will get 2 this time. It's more comfortable this time. It's a couple of sprints for the same man. He'll be a bit tired after that. That's the end of the 14th over. And barring any more surprises, South Africa should probably get this now.
Yeah, Gareth Davies just says Zimbabwe are slowing it down. Well, they are, but I feel like the runs on the board were too less to even make this a defendable target, especially in Delhi, I'd say.
Yeah. Especially in Delhi with the dew factor.
Got Daily Buzz here saying India versus South Africa in the final. What do you think about that?
Not again, I don't think so.
They've got to play well today and then play well in a semi, I think, because I'm not sure that necessarily if they play New Zealand, they're definitely a side that can beat India.
I think it's
as they
too
did
soon.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's too soon to be making shouts for India in the final before they're even in the semis.
Oh, well, we got Eugene January here asking who do we think is going to take the next match. Go on.
I can't predict
I've said beforehand that I think West Indies will qualify from this group, but and they are better placed. But it's a win. It's a must-win game. So the question is whether India will turn up and pull it out of the bag.
It's who can deal with the pressure better.
Exactly. And India has the pressure of 1.4 billion people on their backs, rather than just a couple of 100 million of
West Indians.
In their massive diaspora across the world.
I think West Indies have been in great form, but India is still the favourites because we saw West Indies crumbling at the sight of the first serious team they played. But then the same happened with India, and the team turned out to be South Africa for both. So you never know. It's a very tricky one.
I feel like
but
it's
India's
one
still
of,
favourites.
it's been one of the most. It might just end up being one of the most evenly matched affairs, probably in the whole tournament. Yeah.
It's one I'm really looking forward to this afternoon.
I might just fuck it and say that it might go to a super over and India will win that. Why not?
That'd
Big
be
shout.
a brave
Why
shout.
Why not? It's been a while. I think it's been a while since our last super over.
If India bat first, it's curtains. If India bat first and score above even 180, it's curtains.
We got Gaurav Pradeep Salaskar again here saying India never wins tosses. They only won one time and like this World Cup, and they've lost 20 consecutively. So it's not usually in their hands, is it?
I think it all has to do with how well Chakravarti bowls. He's been their sort of gun bowler for probably 18 months, 2 years.
Bit of a catalyst, isn't he?
We also got to remember the matches at Eden Gardens, which had been Gautam Gambhir's backyard, basically in his IPL days. 1-2
Well,
trophies.
we're going to see Ryan Bell bowl, which is a bit of a surprise, but they may be running out of frontline bowlers now. To George Linder with his off spin. And that is just dinked into the leg side for an easy single. And knocks the runs down, gets one closer to the total. Just 27 required now.
Be interesting to see if Zimbabwe can take this all the way to the last over, or whether South Africa put the foot on the accelerator and look to finish it in the next 2 or 3
if it gets
overs.
below 20, Linda and Stubbs can gamble a little bit. That turns in substantially from Burl, and cramps Stubbs, who tries to punch the ball off the back foot. Only succeeds in finding cover. Burl in again with a very deliberate.
Oh, that was a
and that was a lovely ball. Was that a carom ball or an arm ball that just went on?
Seemed like a quicker one as well.
It seemed to go. Just missed the outside edge, having been angled in, so it looked like it moved away slightly. Yeah, it's with a leg spin action. That's turned significantly. It just missed the off stump. Great piece of bowling by Burl. In again, that's right on the money, and he's been proving hard to get away at the moment. Stubbs, he's punching the ball straight to fielders. 4 balls gone. That's too short, but and they will get a single from a chop down to long on, but it's still a really good over by Burl. Can it get out of it without any more damage? And we will have a change at the end of this over. I'll be off. Tony will be back to take you through to the end of a interesting game, enthralling game. Shorter. Is that to a fielder? No, it's in the hole. It's one bounce to the man on the boundary. Another single. Burl finishes the over. South Africa 129 for 5. They need around 25 off 30 balls. And the next person you'll hear will be Tony and Messi talking you through to the end.
Go on, Masters. There's a lot of socials coming in.
Oh, well, that's good. Good to know that we've got so many people. We've got 383 people watching us at the moment, which is a good sign. So it's great.
We'll soon stop that.
We'll have even more later.
We'll
Are
soon
you there?
stop that.
Yes. Eugene January feels that the West Indies are more loaded with batting strength while India has the bowling strength. Well, I'm not entirely sure I'd agree about that when I look at India's batting lineup, but they did fail miserably against South Africa, so they're capable of being beaten. There's no doubt about that.
Well, interesting change of bowling here.
Hello.
He's been vital with the ball, with the bat. What can he do with the ball? It's Brian Bennett. The first ball is just steered out to short cover by George Linder, and we'll get a single. Where's our Brian? Here he is.
He's just a regular, everyday Zimbabwean. His name's Brian Bennett, motherfucker. Sometimes plays tests, but not often. His name's still Brian Bennett, motherfucker.
As I think he was at length to point out to the press corps the other day. Thrown up, pulled by Tristan Stubbs to mid-wicket. Should be another single comfortably enough. Bring Linder back on to strike. George Linder, he's played 2 in this tournament, but this will be the first time he's batted in this World Cup. He took 1 for 39 against Afghanistan, I think, and 1 for 17 against the UAE. Wasn't required to bat in either of those games. Round the wicket comes Bennett. Oh, he's dragged that down. It's turned away round the corner by Linder. It's all the way along the ground. He'll get 4 more and passes his current T20 average. Moves on to 20. With one of these, it was
2 + 2 is our member. 2 + 2 is our member.
It was 16.
Too short. Too much fire down leg side, Tony.
It was, Al. You're absolutely right. Still had to be played, and he executed it quite nicely. So 19 left off 27. Brian Bennett. That's again short, pulled out to deep mid-wicket though. Only a single this occasion. Richard Ngarava is stationed down there in his yellow jersey and red cap. Yeah, George Linder's batting. I mean, he's got a highest score of 48, which he got against Pakistan in Durban in 2024. So I mean, he clearly knows which way up to hold a bat. I knew what I was trying to say.
I was just going to give you time to say it.
Yes, it could have taken a long time. Push to mid-on, Ryan Burl fields. They take one more. The runs needed down to 17 of 25. It should be comfortable. All that can save Zimbabwe now is, I think, a bit of a clatter of wickets just to put a little bit of nervousness into the ranks. This one's pulled away by Linda down to deep mid wicket. Gets himself a single. Brings Stubbsy back onto strike.
What will be
complete, 138 for 5.
What will be really interesting for some of our South African listeners is that we know that the top level players go round the carousel of international T20, but whether the new South African franchise T20 tournament played, whether they'd felt that strengthened the squad any.
I'm not entirely sure, actually. I'm just thinking George Linder's not a bad example. I'm trying to think.
That's what I mean. Not necessarily develop your superstar, but kind of give experience to people who kind of might otherwise plug the gaps in a squad of 15, 16 people.
Well, he did. He got plenty of runs and plenty of wickets for our friends My Cape Town, brothers of My London. Jason's mob. That's hauled away around the corner. Did that bounce or did that go straight over? I think did it drop just short? Yeah, just short of deep backward square. But it is 4 more. Ryan Burl has been tonked.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for. To get funky on the dance floor.
Yeah, so he's been playing for MI Cape Town as George Linder, and he's been free scoring and free wicket taking. That's a full toss. That's a horrible ball by Burl, shoveled away by our George, but only to deep mid wicket, just a single, which he walks. I always think if a batsman walks a single, it's a kind of a sort of a gesture of
disrespect.
Not disrespect, but yeah, I suppose it's just good judgment. Berlin on leg. Stubbs works it to leg again. That one, at least he gives it the respect of a gentle jog. Not much more, but it was good enough.
Although walking cricket, have you heard of walking football?
I've seen videos of walking football. I think it's one of those things that would take a lot more skill than you give it credit for. Because you're naturally going to want to break into a run, aren't you?
And I think I think by definition walking cricket would be equally.
Yeah.
I would quite happily commentate on a game of walking cricket.
Mind you, I watch Watford every week, so I mean, I see plenty of walking defending. This one is drilled by George Linder out to long off. He got a big smile on his face and strolls an easy single. I'll take that back though about Friday night's performance from the mighty Hornets, because we were utterly magnificent. 3 games in a week. A fine win at Bristol.
I was going to say we were such a masochist, Tony, but obviously every now and then you get a payoff.
If you want us to be entertained, I'll hold this. That's a horrible ball. That's
wide.
1 extra run. South Africa won't have to score for themselves. Signalled as wide, not surprisingly, by Richard Illingworth. Yeah, check out Jeremy Ngakia's winner at Bristol City. It's an absolute screamer to win the game. Which is what it looks like South Africa are in line to do. Berlin, forward comes Stubbs, steers to point. No run though on this occasion, so we've had.
You keep saying Berlin, and I think
Berlin. That's true. Irving Berlin.
Has he become Lord Haw-Haw?
No. Germany calling. Thrown up wide of off stump. Onto the back foot goes Stubbs, cuts to point. Again, it'll be one of those ambled singles, I suspect. 17 complete, 7 needed off 18. Not too much jeopardy left, Messers.
Well, I got to say that the message board is something of a shit show at the moment, because there's an awful lot of stuff going on. It's not entirely coherent. And amongst other things, Extra Fluffo accused Tim Wilton-Davis of making his parents run away from home, which Tim says is kind of true. So I don't know what sort of guilt or shame trip is going on there. But
his parents had to run away, not the...
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
So by inference, they're running away from their child.
Yes.
Good lord.
Yes.
Well, that's a backstory I'd be very keen to hear a bit more about, to be honest.
Well, I don't know, because Gareth Davis says, okay, Star Trek and Doctor Who acceptable until Spock.
Musrabani,
No,
in he comes.
Makes sense out of that.
Stubbs steers out to deep extra. They'll add 1. The score runs needed will be 6 from what is now just 1 ball less than 3 overs. So 2 and over. You can work your maths out for that. You really think, Al, that should be straightforward enough?
This should be the last over, right?
Well, it should be. You'd think it'd be the last over. Are they going to be tempted to just keep nudging those ones and ambling them? Or are they going to want to nail it in one hit?
Well, they've got 5 wickets in hands.
They do.
I think there's no need for the flamboyant, so maybe a couple of singles and then a strangled 4
round
down
the wicket
leg
comes from Musrabani, onto the back foot goes George Linda's fielded. Very well, in fact, as a fine stop, as you heard, appreciatively acknowledged by Al. They do take 1 though, so that's another one nearer that total, which descends to 5 from 16. George Linda's batting nicely. A man with an average of 16 has got himself to 29 off 20 and has looked very tidy doing it.
So thinking about Zimbabwe kind of going forward into other ODI tournaments and things like that, they seem like they're just one, maybe 2 bowlers short, but the batting looks good.
Well, don't forget, we'll just wait for Blessing, who's in. Oh, and Stubbs was held. The pace was held off that cleverly by Blessing, and Stubbs was kind of up onto his feet were off the ground as he effected a sort of a cut shot, but he gets a single for it. They're going to look back on the fact that they beat Sri Lanka, they beat Australia.
Yeah.
They qualified, all of which was fantastic. They're going to look back at that game against the West Indies and they're going to realise, drop catches cost us 80 to 90 runs we shouldn't have conceded. How different might things have been? So you can look at, yes, they've lost, or they will have lost all 3 games in the Super 8s. They conceded a whopping 153, was it, in 2 of those games? Sorry, not 153, 510 in 2 of those games. That's pulled away to leg. That 4 is now going to come down to 3 in terms of runs needed. So, but if you look at the story beneath that West Indies game might just have been very different, and then they could be going, well, what a fantastic tournament we've had. As it is, I genuinely think they're going to think we've done well to qualify. Let's be honest.
I mean, they certainly, we've got a couple of disappointments on one side of the ledger, but they certainly classify as exceeded expectation.
Well, so far, doing it with singles is fine as far as South Africa are concerned. 4 of them have come off this Blessing Musrabani over. 3 are needed from 14. Are we going to see a 19th over? As that one is still, we might do, because that's just George straight to mid-off. Stubbs was keen on the run. George Linda definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
Raza, it was the captain who did the fielding.
That was yes, no, rather than yes, no, sorry.
Yeah, no, that was. I think it was.
Nope.
Hang on, it was a no ball. Well, that also means whatever happened.
So that's down. So
it's
down
1 ball.
to 2.
It's down to 2 runs needed of 14. It is a free hit. You might as well try and go, well, let's nail it here, lads. What's Blessing got? It's been slapped, half stopped, I think, at mid-wicket. They should come back for 2.
The half stop actually makes it easier for the 2 to be ran.
To be honest, it did. It could have gone straight to the fielder in the deep had they not half stopped it. It means that South Africa have achieved that target. They're 154 for 5. They've beaten a plucky Zimbabwe, who we were just saying things could have been very different. It's appreciative hugs.
Plucky is such a great patronising word, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I don't think. Well, it wasn't meant to be patronising. It was
sorry, I wasn't.
That they were
but
plucky.
it is. Yeah. We had a super chat, by the way.
Thought they were plucky. Oh, right. Fire. Hit us with the super chat, and I'll give you the story.
It's from our long-term, very generous supporter, Mark Zip. Hello, Mark.
Oh, Mark.
He sent us $5. He says, the problem with the YouTube chat is I can't send you a picture of the Binghamton, New York record show today. We'll be listening to West Indies versus India later. Cheers. And I'm safe to assume that anybody who comes up to you during the record show, Mark, and mentions Guerrilla Cricket will be offered a substantial discount by you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Sometimes Mark has us playing, I think, in the background to the bemusement and consternation of his aficionado record buyers.
Stay wrapped up nice and warm, Mark. That would be the thing.
Well, in the local African derby, South Africa have beaten. I won't call them plucky. Courageous Zimbabwe by 5 wickets. Zimbabwe, you never felt they had quite enough, and they would have had nowhere near enough. It was only really Secunda Raza's 73 and bits and pieces contributions, 26 from Clive Badande, but not a lot else, to be honest. 153 always looks south of the mark. Batting second here works. It certainly worked for South Africa, who won all the games they played at this ground by batting second.
They've won these 3 games, though, in 3 slightly different ways, haven't they? They've won the India game by making more than they really should have after a difficult start, and then really throttling the Indian batters with a tremendous bit of bowling. They blitzed West Indies with their openers, and here, when other sides may well have struggled, their middle order has seen them through to victory. So no real signs of weakness so far from the South Africans.
No. And they've rung the changes today in the lower order in the bowling, and they've still comfortably come out on top. In the bowling department, 2 wickets each for South Africa from Kwena Mampaka and Corbin Bosch, who bowled pretty well, and the rest were shared around between George Linder, Lungi Ngidi and Rick Norkea, who bowled very well for his 4 overs, and just 1 over for 11 for Aidan Markram. So it never looked like enough. South Africa, well, they were moments of jeopardy for them. They lost Markram early, bowled by Raza comprehensive. They lost Quinton de Kock off a 2-ball duck, again caught behind off Secunda Raza. But Rickleton, until he got a bump on the head and then slightly lost his way, he was 31 off 22. Dewall Brevis, a belligerent 42 off 18. Miller and Stubbs nearly got the job done, but David Miller got himself out to a daft shot, really, just chipping the ball.
Catching practice to third man.
Yeah, very, very peculiar. But George Linder came in and saw the job through with Tristan Stubbs, so 154 for 5. Definitely a captain's day out for Secunda Raza. Not only did he top score, but he also was the best
man
of the bowlers
match
by far.
Man of the match for me.
I think I would agree with that. 3 for 29 is what he took. The other 2 wickets went to Musrabani and to Brad Evans. The only thing is, it tends to rather habitually go to the team that wins, rather than the team that loses. But under the circumstances, on Secunda Raza's behalf, I would be inclined to, 73 and 3 for 29, single-handedly propping up his team's effort.
Yeah.
I would be 100% with you and say, let's hope that is the case.
But tell you what, when that Brevis hits the ball, it stays hit for an awful long time, doesn't it?
He is a renowned big hitter.
It was some of those sixes were fearsome for the people in the crowd.
They were. Messers, I can see quite a few things are rolling through in the conversation. Do you want to just skip through some of those?
Well, Mark Zip confirms a discount, yes, for some value of the word substantial.
Some value of the word substantial, okay.
But it will be I think he has had one person mention guerrilla cricket in the past, but it would be wonderful if guerrillas were somewhere in New York State coalescing around Mark Zip listening to guerrilla cricket. I think it'd be wonderful. Sakana Raza won't get player of the match. It'll be a grave injustice, says Saltwater, if that happens. And Gareth Davis says South Africa are on fire, definitely finalists. Yes, I think it'd be hard to see them being beaten in the semi-finals, but who knows? Who knows?
Well, just from an England perspective, now South Africa have won. England are going to play the winner of this afternoon's game between West Indies and India.
Indeed.
You've got to play the best teams if you're going to ultimately win the competition. Probably, and it's contentious, the best 4 teams are those that are going to be in the semi-final. I mean, we're going to lose one of West Indies or India. England, of course, already there. South Africa, already there. It's just down to this afternoon, isn't it? I think.
I don't know that I agree with you. Actually, I think that the best 3 teams are all in Group 1. So the 2 playing this afternoon, one of them will go out.
Okay.
And then you've got New Zealand and England as well.
Well, chaps, I have to hurry us along. I've had a sign communication basically saying get off. He wants to sort out the afternoon game. We will be back for that all action West Indies versus India encounter. Thanks for being with us for this morning session. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Guerrilla cricket. Whoa, whoa. Guerrilla cricket. Whoa, whoa. Take large barricades, patrol the cover bound. At last the time has come, this cricketing emergency. Hear this call to our every revolution. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. We would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre.